Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
Well, I guess it already started.
You're coughing in the intro.
Oh my God, I thought it was...
It's the Matt and There's literally a cough button.
I thought that my button was off, and sometimes I jump ahead of myself. I get so excited when the show starts that I put on the on button, and that time it failed me.
What's funny about it, though, is that it's the literal only time in the show your mic doesn't have to be on. Like, if you leave it on during a break, that's fine. Before the show starts, why would your mic be on?
No.
It's the Matt and
Do we have that playback?
And then she doesn't even try to hide it. I like that you don't turn your mic off. You then just laugh into it.
I think that was because you started laughing.
Yes! Because I looked at her and went, what are you doing?
Oh, my God.
It's the intro of our show.
Dave got me off track with that game.
That was Jason.
That was Jason's
Your
fault.
brain is still trying to recover.
I don't blame Jason for much. I blame him for that game.
Wow.
It made me sweat. I was so nervous.
You know what's funny is I don't plan a whole lot of like what I'm going to say, but like I was ready to bring in like to jump off the show talking about I'm in a great mood today. The sun is shining, the energy. I've got like this whole thing ready to go. And it's Matt and Kayla.
Get her a cough drop.
Okay, what's funny is I'm watching it back now to cut the audio, and it's like as soon as that happens, Kayla's just like so like gently like oops, and then Matt, you just immediately fall apart. You're just like, come on.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, it's Friday.
Oh, it is Friday.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
Wow.
Man.
Well,
here we go, folks.
Welcome into
Strap
Matt.
on in.
All right. Welcome into Matt and Kayla.
Strap it
here.
on, guys. It's going to be a show.
Sactown Sports, professional quality radio station. I'm Matt George. That's Kayla Anderson coughing her way through the show.
I'll be better, guys. Be better.
Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass. We're in a good mood today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day. Look outside.
It
It
is.
feels like spring. Sun is shining. It's gorgeous. It's Friday.
Yeah.
And the Sacramento Kings finally committed to the young guys for an entire game, and they went out and they won a hard-fought game in Dallas. But the tank laundry stand, the tank, they want to lose right now. If you're going to win games, and you need to win games at least every once in a while, that type of win is way better than winning the game because Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan led you in scoring and carried you there. That's just the reality of the situation. Last night's game was so much fun.
Mhm.
One of my favorite games, maybe quite honestly, maybe my favorite game of the season
This year?
to this point.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to see last night in Dallas.
It was fun. That's one word to describe it. I just, after the game, I remember the call from Barbara yesterday, the season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the words that she said when describing what she just wants to see moving forward this season. And it was simple. She wasn't trying to get into X's and O's, even though she knows the X's and O's of the game. She just said, I want to see that they're having fun, that they're playing with passion, that it's somewhat entertaining. And guess what, Barbara? I don't know if these players were listening to you yesterday or they got your feel, but they did exactly that. And honestly, those young guys set the tone from the jump.
Yep.
From the jump in Dallas.
It was 48 minutes of really good ball movement, high intensity, good effort. Now that does not mean that there weren't mistakes. There were issues, there were problems. One of the things that stood out to me the most is in the fourth quarter, Dallas starts making their run.
Mm-hmm.
They start fighting back. But the Sacramento Kings continue to move the basketball. They don't lock up. They don't get tight. They don't get rigid. The ball movement, it was refreshing to see the ball continue to move. The execution wasn't always the best. There were mistakes. There were struggles. The Kings, one thing they didn't do a lot was turn over the basketball.
Yeah.
4 total turnovers in this game. I mean, they took care of the basketball really, really well. But in general, sometimes the execution was a little bit off. It was a little bit slow. It ended up in not so good a look, but the ball was moving the same way they played in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. They played in the fourth. And that's one of the things that I think plagues the NBA. Look, I know the best stars and the best scorers when it's winning time. Hey, give me the ball, get out the way. It's ISO time. I'm going to go win this game. I understand that's like an NBA macho thing. I will never understand, though, why a team that has gotten where they're at because of ball movement will go away from it late in a game. And I truly want to give a ton of credit to DeMar DeRozan today, because I thought DeMar DeRozan understood the freaking assignment. DeMar, whether Doug told him or not, DeMar went into that game and said, Precious is cooking, Neek is playing well and aggressive, Max is playing well, Devin Carter's playing well. The game gets close. It gets to within 2 points. There's 3 minutes remaining, and Doug Christie subs DeMar DeRozan into the game. And Katie Christensen on the broadcast goes, now your closer's in the game. Here you go. And I'm thinking, no. Like, DeMar should come in, and if the shot is there, if it's a good look, then take it. Get it within the flow of the offense. But don't just do some ISO nonsense now that, it's winning time, it's DeMar's time, the kids got you here. Kids being
the young guys.
The young guys got you here, but DeMar's now going to close. No. And what did DeMar do over those final 3 minutes? Move the ball,
Distributed,
played within the flow, and the Sacramento Kings won the game because Daquan Plowden stepped up with a couple of huge buckets in the fourth quarter. Precious Achiuwa led the way with a career-high 29 points. Devin Carter, working his ass off on both ends of the floor. Started the game at the point guard position after being DNP'd and put on the back burner for a 10-day contract, Killian Hayes.
Which is not probably easy to have done.
No. and you step up and you win that game the way that you did. I thought DeMar DeRozan was phenomenal with, I am a veteran. I know what I can do. Everybody in this building knows what I can do. But I also recognize where this organization is at, where they're headed on a grand scheme of things. And in this game, I've taken, 3 shots? In this game, it's not me. It's not my night. It's these guys. I'm going to facilitate. I'm going to get them the ball. I'll give credit to everybody because that is not easy to do. But DeMar in particular, I thought that was true veteran leadership in that moment that I think is worth celebrating because that is not an easy thing to do at all for a player that's 37 years old and of DeMar DeRozan's reputation.
Well, and there's a moment they took a shot of him on the bench, and he did look like, man, I want to be out there. Because, again, DeMar does what he does and is playing at this age because he loves the game, and I respect the hell out of that. It did make it a little easier for Doug last night with Westbrook being out with his thigh contusion to maybe be able to have a little bit more freedom to do something like that late in the fourth quarter. I didn't even think at one point DeMar would come in. I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe DeMar's not coming in the game and he's going to give it all to the youngsters. But I was pleasantly surprised when DeMar did come in. Not that I don't believe DeMar's a team player, but the ball does seem to stick when either him or Westbrook come in, or both of them when they come in. It gets more sticky, right? You're not going to see the flow of the ball as much as you do from the young guys. So I was pleasantly surprised when DeMar did kind of like step back a little and be like, okay, I'm going to keep this energy with the ball. I'm going to keep the young guys distributed and letting them do what they need to do. And that's what happened, and they won the game. And it got close. Like, it got close a couple times. But give the team credit, and from start to finish, I thought the game plan was good. And, I know that Dallas was a little undersized compared to some of, a guy like Precious Achiuwa and Maxi Marino. But, again, they took advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah. From Freddie Goldman on the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube chat, and you can join the show and get in the conversation over there. He says, so if DeMar had scored 10 points in the fourth and secured the dub, we would be upset with the win? Okay, sure. Kinda, because the context of how you got there matters. If DeMar DeRozan had come off the bench in the fourth quarter there with 3 minutes remaining and took the final 4 shots, and even if he goes 4 for 4 and the Kings win by 7, I actually don't even remember how much they won by 9 last night. So that's a bad example. But if he goes 4 for 4 and the Kings win by the same amount, but it's him that's closing instead of the steal by Devin Carter and the dunk by Daquan Plowden, or Plowden hitting a big 3, or Precious Achiuwa, or Neek Clifford had the dagger. Like, yes, that matters for where the Sacramento Kings are at. It absolutely matters because it's going to be really difficult to have the conversation that we're going to have today about Russell Westbrook without it coming off as throwing shade at Russ. Because you and I had the conversation yesterday, and you pointed out it is not Russell Westbrook's fault, nor is it DeMar DeRozan's fault that they're on this team and they're paid to do what they've been doing for decades in the NBA. You can't expect them to suddenly just change who they are as basketball players because they're on the Kings and the Kings suck.
Yeah.
But you can recognize where the organization is at and what's best for the organization and how to complement that, not take that over. And that's what DeMar did last night. When the Kings snapped the losing streak in Memphis, Russell Westbrook led the charge. He led the team in scoring. He took the most shots.
Yeah.
On that particular night, it sounded like Doug Christie empowered him to do that. Set the tone. We need a win. Go out and get it. If Doug empowered him to do it and he did it, well, then he's doing his job. I can't really turn my nose up at it necessarily. But to me, that win is far less valuable. That's the type of win that people should be up in arms about, like I'm seeing on social media. What are the Kings doing? They're idiots. They should be losing.
Right.
That type of win is why maybe deserves that reaction.
Yeah, I just think that they wanted one on the road so bad.
Exactly.
Some people are just like different from us, and some people are like, we just want to see wins. And they don't necessarily have the tank mode mind. There's so many different fan points of views out here. Like, we're not saying that any of them are wrong, but when it comes to trying to focus on the rebuild of this franchise, the takes that we're saying right now on how you lose or how you win does kind of matter. And yes, you do want to lose more.
Yes. But if you are going to win games, you want to win because your young guys are leading the way. And now if your counter to that is, Matt, what are you talking about? Precious Achiuwa is not a young guy, and he had 29 points. He led the way. Precious Achiuwa scored, I think, 21 of his 29 points in the first half. He had 8 points in the second half. He had some good moments down the stretch for sure. But it wasn't Precious Achiuwa that closed the game out by scoring 6 straight points. Again, it was Daquan Plowden, who's older than we realized, by the way. They were talking about this on the morning show. He's 27,
yeah.
I think. So he's older than we realized, but in terms of NBA experience, he's he's young in that sense. Neek Clifford is an older rookie. I loved the game that Neek had last night, and he did not shoot the ball well. We'll get into Neek's situation, his game more in just a little bit, but I love the aggression from Neek Clifford. Maxime Renaud played really well again. Devin Carter stepped up after getting DNP'd, played with an aggression that I think is Russell Westbrook-esque in so many ways. Like, the way that they won that game is valuable to this organization because there's something you can take from it. And trust me, if the Kings played the exact same way as they did last night on a nightly basis for the remainder of the season, they're still going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, again, it comes down to what teams you're playing, what the matchups are like. And in this game, I thought it was A, a good matchup. B, they were missing some key parts. But don't take anything away from how the Kings got this win because they really did, from start to finish, kind of take over the game. There were those runs that Dallas would have. And then, again, we've talked about this in previous games once in a while where they would answer those runs with runs of their own, which they haven't done a lot this season. But when they are doing those types of things, it does give you hope like this team can possibly be on their way in the future to what you want to see. Like, I know that we don't have most parts here that are going to be here in the future.
Right.
But if just the parts we have, the 4 guys we've kind of named, if just they're, doing those types of things to help this team win or have close games, then you're taking one step in the right direction.
Right, and you can't call out an organization's player development and talk about, what was the Devin Carter pick? It's a bust. It's a terrible pick for the Sacramento Kings. And then get mad when he actually gets an opportunity, again, at the end of a lost season, to show that, maybe he does have an NBA skill set that he's been written off for because he shouldn't have been the pick from a general manager who was on the way out at that point, and he had shoulder surgery, so he was behind the 8 ball. And there have been some things about Devin Carter, whether it's attitude-wise or eating habits or just little things that we've heard that have not been the best necessarily. But when Devin Carter plays, he plays aggressive, he plays fearless, he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Sure, he takes some bad shots. The jumper doesn't always look great. But you know what he also does? He rebounds the basketball, which is one of the things.
He's small.
But that's one of the strengths. That was one of the strengths that he brought in. He rebounds the basketball. He had 5 rebounds last night, 4 steals last night, 2 clutch steals in the fourth quarter to help the Kings stop the push by the Dallas Mavericks and ultimately win this game. That is unbelievably valuable to the Sacramento Kings, even if they don't really view Devin Carter as part of their long-term future. And I don't think last night's game changes that, but maybe it increases his value to where some team now goes, oh, hey, Devin Carter might be something.
It's interesting, though, you say that, Matt, because I know, and I've been one to say it in the past when I just wasn't seeing much of Devin Carter, and I've kind of, heard some of the things like you were mentioning that you had mentioned to me that I was like, oh, that's interesting background-wise. But then, like, you see him play last night, and you've seen him play, and he kind of plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I'm like, that's kind of what they're looking for, is that type of gritty personality. Yeah. Like, you might be an underdog in your own way. You're going to play scrappy. Like that one steal that he had, and then he had the wherewithal to like stay in bounds to then pass it to Daquan.
For the dunk.
Like that right there sequence was beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And the awareness of him as a player in that moment, I was like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they should give him a chance down the road.
You know what last night's game did for me? It awoke that fan again.
Yeah.
It awoke the. Not I won't say there's a lot of hope that you can take from that game because I'm aware of the circumstances. I know they're playing a Dallas Mavericks team that half of their lineup was out too, and the Mavericks are not interested in winning games right now. Although tell that to Najee Marshall, man. Najee Marshall was like, I'm going to run over everybody in my way and try and lead the Mavericks to a victory tonight. They have their own reasons for winning or losing games, whatever. That doesn't matter. I'm focused on the Sacramento Kings here. And I was jumping off my couch a number of times last night, whether it was for the Daquan Plowden dunk off of the Devin Carter steal. Maxime Reynaud had a move in the post last night. He got the ball like kind of to the side on the wing, not inside the paint, which, by the way, the Kings dominated the paint. I think they had 72 points in the paint or something like that. They dominated the paint in this game, which is great to see. And Max crossover dribble, back to the basket, spin hook, and it was one of the cleanest, that's development from Max. See. It was so clean.
Right.
And you pop off because it's like, yes, there it is. There's a moment. And they kept stringing them together.
Remember in the first half, earlier in that first half, right out of the gate, again, why I think they got off to such a good start. I felt like Maxime and Neek were in sync.
Oh, you're 100% right.
I really felt like that really helped set the tone as well.
We saw their two-man game.
Yeah.
They were playing really well together, 100% right. 100% right. And I'll just say this about Precious Achiuwa, too. What a fantastic story that he's been.
I freaking love him.
I would love for Precious Achiuwa to be back with the Sacramento Kings next season. I don't think he's going to be. Not because the Sacramento Kings don't want him back. I think a team with a brain is going to realize, what the hell was this guy doing on the couch? And anybody who looks at Precious Achiuwa and goes, well, he's just putting up numbers on a bad team, you ain't watching. He's been doing what's been asked of him this entire season. He came in off the couch earlier in the season, no training camp, nothing, and almost immediately stepped into a starting role that he has pretty much held down this entire season. And no, you don't expect 29 points a night from Precious Achiuwa, but he's going to be aggressive. He's going to attack. He belongs on a playoff team.
Yeah.
He belongs on a playoff rotation. You know, the New York Knicks could use him back right now.
They could use him, right? And I think he's kind of playing like that this season when given those opportunities. He's like, y'all haters, y'all didn't give me a chance.
Yeah.
And you can see it on certain nights, whether it be he's playing against the Knicks or he's back in Memphis where he went to college or like whatever his thing was last night. I guess there was a pregame kind of speech that was had.
Yeah. They mentioned like a film session and Doug just said play with joy or something along those
and it's
lines.
like whatever he said worked because I felt like every player was playing with a different type of passion last night for their own reasons. But you're right. Like, give a lot of credit to Precious Achiuwa. And I know he was just on his couch, and I know no other teams wanted him, but we poo-poo Scott Perry a lot for the moves that he did or didn't make.
Yes.
You guys, then, if you're going to do that, you have to give him credit for the moves that he did make this year, and Precious Achiuwa is one of those moves.
Well, and can we also talk about the fact that Scott Perry has a top 5 rookie in this year's class?
Yes.
Can we talk about that? Like, Maxime Reynaud is a top 5 rookie in this year's class. Now, he's not going to catch Con Knipple, who passed Keegan Murray officially for most threes as a rookie with 22 games remaining. Like, good for him. He'll probably be rookie of the year. Cooper Flagg, I think, is the best rookie in the class, of course. That's why he went number 1 overall. He's been in and out with injuries, whatever. Like, Con Knipple is probably going to win rookie of the year, rightfully so. But the Kings found, and I say found because second round, a little bit weird. Second round is more free agency than it is draft at this point. We talked about this earlier in the week. Maxime Reynaud was a late first-round talent. He was mocked to go around the range that Nick Clifford went.
24-ish?
Yes, but he wanted to go to Sacramento.
Right.
Stanford grad, wanted to play with Domantas Sabonis, the familiarity of it. He wanted to go to Sacramento. That's why he fell to 42, because his agent and the Kings negotiated their way here to Sacramento. Maybe that fell into Scott Perry's lap, maybe it didn't, but he drafted a 7-foot center who's gotten opportunities this season. I know it's on a bad team, but it does not matter. If AJ DeBonsa or Darren Peterson next season, the Kings win 25 games and he averages 28 a game, are we going to turn our nose up at that? Absolutely not.
No,
that's
but
what you want to see.
Improved, Matt. Like, we've seen like great strides in his game.
Big
We've
time.
seen the confidence and just the way he's affected things. And I know there's things that he can get better at. We've mentioned those. He'll get more physical in the offseason, right? He'll put on healthy weight. But we cannot take anything away from how he has actually developed this year and made himself relevant in this rookie class.
Yeah, and then Nick Clifford's performance last night for me was like, this is exactly what I want to see from the rookie. He did not shoot the ball well, but he took 19 shots, Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
The confidence that Nick Clifford played with from the jump. He played really good in the first quarter. Once again, had a multi-steal game. He's been one of the top, stealer thieves, I guess,
right,
in the NBA in recent weeks. He's been
That's
fantastic.
Aggressiveness, right?
Yes. And it's smart, and he's understanding defensively. Okay, here's where I gamble. Here's where I poke the ball away. Here's what how do I defend with my chest in these moments. He did have a bad foul late in the game that cost a 3-point play that looked like it was going to potentially give Dallas a chance to come back and win this game. And I remember going, Neek.
Yeah.
But also, that's what these games are for. Let Neek learn from that opportunity versus sitting on the bench watching somebody else do it and going, well, I don't think I'd ever make that mistake.
Yeah.
No, you just did.
It's different when you're making the mistake in a moment like that.
Yeah.
It's on you. Neek's a type of person, I would think, that knows, gotta fix that next time. Can't do that next time.
He was confident with the basketball. He got to his spots. Again, the shot didn't fall, but he showed off a little more than what we've seen of his ability to create shots off the dribble. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He ran the offense just fantastically. 2 steals, 1 block. Neek filling the stat sheet, but with the aggressiveness on offense and the fearlessness that we've wanted to see. Oh my God, there's so much from this game still to break down, to be excited about. We're going to get to that all over today's show today. We're actually going to take a break, though, from Kings Talk and talk a little baseball coming up next. This new ABS replay or review system is sure going to be interesting this year, and I think it's going to torture umpires. We already had one umpire in spring training that got tortured. I'll explain to you what that's about. Plus, Sabathia is getting number 52 added to Monument Park, which is really, really cool. But you have a CC Sabathia story to tell us. So Kayla's going to share that with us, plus Q and K. We've got our very own Chris Watkins from Sactown Sports joining us in studio at 1 o'clock to talk Kings. Lots to get to, plus the leak of the NFL Players Association report cards. Oh, I love this. I love the drama around it, too.
So do I.
We've got so much to get to on this Friday edition of Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Online at SactownSports.com or on the app.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See Club for details.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work trucks and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com. Driving business forward.
Get ready, Sacramento. The Sacramento Boat Show and Big RV Show is taking over Cal Expo, March 5th through March 8th. It's 2 huge shows, 1 massive event. Don't miss it. Get details now at 2hugeshows.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Join Sactown Sports Downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In Shape Fitness Kings Rally towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot make your email response time faster. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you find space for your 3 desk drinks. Why do you have 3? And while we can't help you find the perfect volume for your presentation video, LinkedIn can help you find the perfect audience for your business. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mami, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6A to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Good vibes on this Friday. Good vibes. A Kings win that actually mattered. Feels like baseball season outside.
Ooh, it's getting close. Getting close.
And we're going to have to appreciate this baseball season, I think, a little extra. One, because it might be the last time we do have MLB baseball here in West Sacramento, number one. Number two, who knows how long it's going to be until we have baseball again. Next season might be pretty gnarly with a lockout, if we even have a next season. The only one who might not appreciate this season, or group of people that might not appreciate this season, MLB umpires.
Right.
Because the MLB is implementing, they're rolling out more changes. And for the most part, the changes the MLB has made, I've actually really enjoyed. Like, going to a baseball game in person, I've always made a day out of it. Like, I know I'm going to, because there's no clock for the most part. I'm going to be there all day.
Yep. I love
and
that.
I didn't think, and we're going to do that a lot this summer, let me tell you. I did not think that I would like the implementation of the pitch clock. Like, that was the first major change they made. My first MLB game since they implemented a pitch clock, I was like, this is so much better.
Yep.
There's not as much downtime. The pace picks up. You just feel locked in. It's not like, oh, there's a pitch. All right, now I can look at my phone for 15 seconds. Oh, there's another. Yeah. Like, it felt great. I'm personally a fan of overtime.
Wow.
Goodness.
Overtime.
Shame on me. Extra innings. How dare I? Starting someone at second base to increase the chances of a run happening and trying it. Like, I like these changes.
Mm-hmm.
This ABS, the review system is going to be a little tough because there are going to be some more interruptions. Now, granted, these interruptions are really quick. Like, I'm going to challenge that. Bam, they look at it. It's a ball. Okay, move on. It's really quick. But I think this is going to torture umpires, Kayla. Earlier this week, in a spring training game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Boston Red Sox, an umpire had 5 consecutive calls reviewed and overturned. 5
I don't know.
Straight calls. And it's important that, for the most part, you get them right.
Yeah.
But this is going to torture umpires. And it's like calls that are as borderline as possible. We shared with you earlier in the week, there was a call that was changed from a strike to a ball by an atom because of this review system. Human element is human element. And so umpires are going to get things wrong. But this is going to torture.
So how many can you have in a...
Two per...
You get 2 wrong, and if you get it right, you get it back. So you get 2 for the game, but if you get it right, you get your challenge back. So once you get 2 wrong, you have no more challenges.
But if I keep getting it right, then I can keep challenging it.
Yes.
Right.
So but that's what I'm saying. If an umpire's having a terrible day, I can just keep challenging you and getting it right and just keep challenging you and torture you the entire game.
Then he's going to probably keep getting it wrong, or the ump's not going to call as clean of a game.
I
feel
want
like.
I want an ump to toss a player because he's sick and tired of challenging.
Like,
you
I'm
know
done
what?
with this.
No, it's wrong. I don't care. You're out of here.
Exactly. Umps already have a hard job. Like, look, and some umps like drive me nuts, or some refs drive me nuts.
Angel
but
Hernandez.
Exactly.
He gone.
He gone.
Is he
But-
gone now?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gone. But can you imagine a day you come in as an ump and you're just having like a really bad day, and then something like that happens,
Yes.
and you're just like, are you freaking kidding me?
And look, the pitchers are throwing 100 miles per hour normally.
Yeah.
And if you miss the corner by an inch,
right,
and then they review it,
we need to look at this one.
and they review it, and you get it wrong. That to me is like, okay, that's understandable.
Right.
But for the reputation of an umpire, if that happens 5 consecutive times, or that happens a lot because I'm watching Aroldis Chapman throw the ball 1 billion miles per hour, or I'm trying to see if Mason Miller's 103 mile per hour fastball maybe clipped the corner, and I get it wrong consistently because it's moving at the speed of freaking light. Like, I know that's their job, and they should be trying to get it right, and the idea is to get it right as much as possible. But now umpires are going to start getting blamed for. I'm not sympathizing for umpires here, but I know if I miss a 103 mile per hour fastball and then it's reviewed and it's called wrong, then everyone's going to go, "Wow, you're a bad umpire."
Look, Matt, if we had our soon-to-be PD in here every day, and they were literally watching every single move we made,
I'd be cooked.
and instantly they were like, "Okay, wait a second,
Review
that
it
wasn't."
wrong.
I'm sorry, but I would clam up and be like, I'm
no.
not going to be like, I am not good at instant, like, I've got to have time to process and be better like the next day.
You'd keep tripping because
yes, I'm dead serious. And that might be awful to say, but that's how I operate.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's like putting me under peer pressure in the moment, like for the entire show, I'd be like, I'm clamming up because I'm like, I'm just not doing a good job.
and you compound mistakes because
Right.
you start thinking about the mistake and then you
Right.
try and move on from it and refresh
What I did
from
in
it.
math, and that's why I sucked in math.
Relatable. Definitely relatable.
The only difference, though, is like this already exists. It has existed for years. It's just happening in real time with the challenges. Like,
Right.
I will sit at a baseball game because I went to a bunch of A's games with the station to cover them. And literally, if there's a pitch we see that looks like a ball, you just open MLB at bat and it'll tell you right there, oh, yep, that pitch was a ball. So, like, this system already exists. The only difference is now it's real time challenging the umpire.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you a little thing about MLB at bat, though. Like, I can't speak for MLB at bat specifically, but I've seen when you watch a game on GameCast on ESPN or something, and you just have it on the background, and it shows you where the pitch was. That's somebody somewhere just pressing a part of the zone and what pitch it was and saying that's where the ball missed. It's not like that's technology saying it was absolutely perfectly on the corner. Like I've seen that happen in real time. Maybe MLB at bat is different, but I've watched in stadiums people that their job is to literally go ball outside corner, and they're eyeballing based off of either the call or the broadcast or whatever, not an actual that's the complete most accurate pitch.
Yeah.
Umpiring is hard. Who knew?
Right. No, it's really hard. And honestly, I think like there's two ways to look at this. Like there's going to be natural mistakes. That's the beauty of baseball. Like there are going to be just because you're not having everything exactly a robot saying like that's the beauty of baseball still. You need a little bit of traditionalism still to baseball.
Right.
But maybe this will help umps up their game.
Uh-huh.
And also, like, I know there's umps out there that are particular and they just want to be a jerk and they want to just continue to screw things up.
Yeah.
And maybe that will limit that a little. That's the best case scenario we can get out of this.
The intentions are good. Local Raptors fan on the YouTube chat says, "Well, get your ump game up then." That's my point.
Yeah.
Is that those kind of comments are only going to get louder if, again, I miss a call by an atom on a 103 mile per hour fastball. And I'm not saying local Raptors fan, this is you, but fat guy in their basement on Twitter starts now criticizing the umpire. How did you get that call wrong? Let me shove chips in my mouth. Like,
that would be me.
Umpires are going to face that every single time they get a call wrong by a fraction of an inch on a 100 mile per hour pitch.
It's wild.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's torturing umps. It's torturing umps.
Well, it's all leading to they're not going to call balls and strikes anymore. It's just going to be the ABS system, and then they just relay the call.
Which I personally hate.
Yeah,
I personally hate that.
I'm not up for that.
I love the human element of
Let's
baseball.
Just hope ABS does not cause IBS for these these umps.
Well, congratulations to CC Sabathia. He's getting
Thank you very much.
He's getting number 52 added to Monument Park at Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium on September 26th. CC, a legendary career, also a super nice guy. I've met him and chatted with him a couple times.
Vallejo Zone.
Vallejo Zone at the
yeah.
Celebrity Golf
Yeah,
Tournament in
that's right.
Tahoe. He plays almost every year. He's always up there. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
But you have a CC Sabathia story, Kayla,
Yeah,
to share.
when I saw this, so I always liked CC, and I kind of appreciated his story. He struggled through a lot during his career, actually, and then came out after and admitted to a lot of things he was struggling with, and he's done such great work for the players in just like sharing his story and everything. But when he was still his later years with the Yankees, I was in Cleveland, or I was in Columbus, Ohio, but I was actively covering the Cleveland, what was the Indians at the time. And we would go up there all the time. This was right before their run in the World Series. And so one day we went up there, and this is when I was doing local TV news. And the Indians were playing the Yankees, and I had a couple good friends on the Yankees, Rev Snyder, who is with the Mariners currently, and Didi Gregorius, who is retired from MLB at least. So those were good friends. I was excited to go see them up there and cover the game and everything. And so I get up there, and it's when like you have a bad day and it just starts. It starts off bad, right?
Those are the worst.
So it was me, my intern, and a photographer that was doing the live shot. So I still had to shoot my own interviews for the most part. The photographer was just in charge of setting up the live shot. That's all really he had to do. So most of it lied on me, which it usually does
typical
in local.
TV. Yeah,
right.
it's
So
TV.
big old camera. We covered teams with like 40-pound cameras, tripod with it.
They're bazookas.
Everything. So we get up to Cleveland. It's this first time for this guy that he's ever been in Cleveland. He's a news photographer. He is not a sports photographer. So he does not understand anything about sports, okay? So I'm trying to coach him on his way up to Cleveland. It's like a 2.5-hour drive. We get to the stadium, and he has no idea where to park. He doesn't have a parking pass. He was supposed to take care of all that. And so this all now lies on me. And so I tell him, hey, let's park here for right now. Let's go into the clubhouse. Let's set everything up, get the interviews. You can go and set up your live shot. And then, if something happens, we can figure it out. So we go into the Indians clubhouse. We're getting our interviews. I'm shooting off the shoulder. He's headed out to start setting up the live shot. And all of a sudden, someone comes down, PR comes down and says, is so-and-so's WB&S car, like it's parked in a wrong area. You have to move it immediately.
Uh-oh.
So I drop the camera. I tell my intern, we got to go talk to the guy and tell him to move the car. So we run out. We find the guy. It takes us like 10 minutes. We still got to get interviews for our live shot.
I'm getting stressed to think
I
about
know. We go back in, and the guy is asking me like what he should do. And I'm at the point like, I've got to do everything else, bro. Figure it out.
Yep.
Go figure out a place to park. So that's what I told him to do. So we wrap up in the clubhouse. We go get Terry Francona in the media room.
Yep.
And then we are starting to bust our you-know-whats to get out to the field. And we're expecting the live shot operator, the camera guy, to be out there.
Oh, no.
So I'm already like in a tissy, right? And I'm stressed out because I got to write my stuff still. I've got to make sure he gets all the bites. And then we have to go all the way through the Yankees clubhouse. So we're all the way over the Yankees clubhouse. And you guys probably, if you listen to the show, you can understand I get a little irritated and I can be extra. Like I get frustrated.
Never.
And I show it. And so, but my poor intern is with me and she's trying to do everything to help. And we enter the Yankees clubhouse, and all of a sudden, the first guy that walks out is Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, hi.
And we're signing in, and I look up, and I'm just in a bad mood, and I look up, and we're just like, and he goes, "Hi, ladies, how you doing?" And Ella and I are just like, "Did that just happen?"
Classic A-Rod.
We're just in like another like world now. We're entering the Yankees clubhouse, so we enter the clubhouse. And I'm, in distraught because I'm worried about my live shot. And the first person I see who's just sitting there in kind of before you go to the tunnel is CC Sabathia. And he had the biggest smile on his face. And he said, "I can tell like you're a little flustered." He's like, "Is everything okay?" And I look at him and I said, And I kind of like gathered myself a little thinking that's CC Sabathia. And I said, yeah, man, I'm good to go. Like, he goes, do you ladies need any help? We had tripods. We had bags.
Yep.
We had the camera. And I look at him and I go, no, CC, we're good. We're good. You know, because I'm trying to put on this brave face.
Of course.
So I get down the tunnel and I start unloading. Like swearing, like cursing, because we get a text from the guy that he's not even down on the field yet, that he's still not parked.
Oh, no.
So I'm flying off the handle, swear words everywhere, get out of the tunnel, and there is a loaded dugout full of pitchers.
Oh, no.
Loaded dugout. And they turn to me, and I'm going to say these are the most grown man silenced looks that I have ever... And they were like, what just came out of that little girl's mouth?
No, you terrified them.
Like, they were just dead silent. So the day goes by, everything works out. Later on, I get a text from both Dee Dee and my friend Rob, and they say, Kayla, did you have a moment the other day in like coming out of the clubhouse? Because the guys were talking about some little sailor was like just swearing her. And I said, yeah, that was me. They go, oh, you were the talk of the clubhouse. They were in laughter.
Love it.
And so I was like, that is one of my favorite stories. But the point of it was that Cece was there to notice that like some stranger was having a bad day, to offer help and to have that smile on his face. And I'm like, these athletes are people too. And in that moment, that was pretty cool.
We have to break, but that's what makes covering baseball so much different than anything else, is because there's so much downtime in baseball, and you're there every day. Like, baseball is every day. And one thing that I'm not a big fan of what baseball does, but like media availability is hours before the game. Like in the NBA for Kings games, Doug Christie speaks about an hour and a half before the game starts. So there's reasonable time. Then you go out to the court, blah, 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 eat, whatever. Baseball, it's like, oh, it's a 4:00 first pitch. Mark Kotze will be available at 11. You're like, huh? And then you just spend all day. But you end up just kind of hanging out with these players.
So cool.
And you get to know them in that sense. And baseball is such a fraternity in so many ways that once you get in, you're in type thing. It's such a unique experience, but I'm sure what a fun story.
Feeling. It's
I don't think I've ever cussed in front of the New York Yankees, but
well, I said every word of the cuss word alphabet.
You were probably a legend to them.
Probably.
You're probably a legend. I love that. Great story there from Kayla. And she's not done, because coming up next, it's time for Q&K on a Friday. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Ready to free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $36.99. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data, 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on March 7th as Uppercut Promotions presents Thunder Showdown 4. A stacked lineup for a night of great boxing. Scheduled fighters include Frank Espinosa, 2025, undefeated National Golden Glove middleweight champion from Sacramento. Plus, Julian Bridges from Concord, undefeated at 7-0. And local fighters Edgar Perez and Sergio Gonzalez, as well as Great Bay Area fighters Dante Kirkman, Kyle Lacanale. Thunder Showdown 4 coming March 7th to the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Fight card subject to change.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hey there, Mark and Tom, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Time for our weekly travel tip, and with it, here's Mark Hoffman.
Traveling has really become an us versus them thing. Hotels, airlines, and restaurants keep figuring out ways to take a few extra bucks from travelers. The latest examples come from the Edgewater Restaurant in Seattle and the Dolby Live Theater in Las Vegas. In Seattle, diners found a bogus $15 charge on their bill. It was a large party fee, except there were only 2 of them. Restaurant told the guests it was a peer maintenance fee, which is an outright lie. In Vegas at the Dolby Theater, it wasn't enough to charge $25 each for margaritas and $8.75 for a bottle of water. Add the automatic gratuity of $27 and a surprise $16 administrative fee, and the cost of 3 beverages is $181. No wonder the number of Vegas visitors has gone in the toilet. Be a smarter traveler. When you run into one of these, share it all over social media and tell us where it happened.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports, 1140.
It's time for Q&K. Kayla's got questions. We've got answers. It's Q&K on Matt and Kayla.
From cussing up a storm in front of the New York Yankees to now here on Sacramento Sports Radio, Kayla Anderson is a vibe on this Friday.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
And she's got the Q&K for us. What are we talking about?
This is interesting. Let me preface this. I am not trying to make this question anything to do with politics because I ain't stepping on that. But it is an interesting thing that has come up in the last 24 hours. Because there's an article that has been put out on ESPN by Heather Didich. She does a lot of great work for ESPN college football. So the latest article is concentrated on the Power 4 conference commissioners and the new news that they are expected to join dozens of sports celebrities and dignitaries on March 6th at the White House.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a round table discussion with President Donald Trump about the future of college athletics.
Massive names,
yes, too. Yes, massive names. So I'm going to go ahead and go down the list of some of the names.
Sure.
Just some big ones.
Yep.
Former college football coaches, Nick Saban, Mac Brown, Urban Meyer.
Yep.
Former Secretary of State and College Football Playoff Selection Committee member, Condoleezza Rice. New England Patriots President Jonathan Kraft. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
That's going to be interesting.
Yes. ESPN Chairman Jimmy Pitaro and several athletic directors are going to be a part of this, as well as Tim Tebow and former football player Charlie Ward. So
Tiger Woods, too.
Tiger Woods also on
Crazy.
that list. So there's a lot of big names here, right? So the point is kind of like getting down, sitting down, and figuring out what needs to change in college football and how do you do it. My question to you, is this worth even doing this? And if it is, what do you think the first thing that can be fixed is?
So this is for college football,
Yes.
though, specifically is
Yes.
what they're meeting for.
College athletics.
College athletics.
Correct.
Not just college football.
Yeah.
College athletics. I think this is a brilliant idea there's never a bad thing about getting a bunch of minds from a bunch of different walks of life and different circumstances that are all kind of surrounded in one thing, which is sports, getting them in the room together and having a discussion. Because when you bounce ideas off of each other, you can discover something that you never really ever thought about. So I think the fact that this is happening, regardless of the politics behind it, who's in the room, the fact that this is happening, I think more conversation is needed in general in all facets of life.
Right.
So I think this is absolutely a good thing. In terms of college athletics, we're in the Wild West right now because of NIL.
To say the least.
And all branches of college athletics now have a significant business element to it, or a more public business element that we are acknowledging. And I like the fact that you're going to have golfers in the room or you're going to have a golfer in the room like Tiger Woods, who had NIL existed when Tiger Woods was in school. Tiger Woods would have been swimming in it with how amazingly talented he was as a young golfer. Like, having that athlete perspective, but also having the businessman perspective. Right. I don't know how much Robert Kraft needs to be there, and to be honest with you. Oh, well, yeah, Jonathan Kraft. I don't know how much they need to be there necessarily, but they do provide the business element to it. I'm glad Commissioner Silver is there, because he can provide certainly a really good, really interesting insight on the NBA, who has handled paying stars very publicly for a long time. It's a long-winded way of saying I think this absolutely will be more beneficial than it'll hurt. I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but just having the conversation with all these different voices, I think is great.
If you're in that room, Matt, what's your first order of business? Your first order of business that you're bringing up, saying, Matt, who's covered sports for his whole career, like, this is something we have to address from the get-go.
With college sports
athletics. And you can zone in on football if you want. It's hard because there's a lot out there.
This is a very, very, I'm trying to figure out how to formulate this in the words, because this is very broad. How do we make college athletics still matter compared to how much money the individual athlete is making? And I would use the Darren Peterson argument specifically, as Darren Peterson's making all this money, but college basketball doesn't seem to be his top priority right now. How do we make the game still matter along with the athlete getting the payment that they deserve based off the money they're bringing in?
And that makes sense. And by the way, Freddie, this is not just football, it's college athletics. That's why you're seeing an array of different representatives. Real quick before I get to you, Kyle, I think the biggest thing also that needs to be addressed is being a college fan still, you're an alum, right? And it's hard for us to root for our teams because you're losing players every year. They're just going in the transfer portal, whether that be basketball or football or whatever else. I think the transfer portal has to get addressed right away, and there has to be limitations on how you can just hop in and out. That's got to be dealt with. Kyle?
Okay, so does college sports and college athletics need some sort of governance and system? Yes. Is this A, going to help, and B, going to be necessary? No and no. I specify that because every single time either Congress or the Trump administration has gotten involved in this college sports conversation, it's just been about limiting player salaries. That's been the whole construct of the conversation. Every single time. The people who are part of this are either, just reading the room here, they're out of political favors, or the people who stand to profit the most from this college football system. University presidents, athletic directors, the heads of Fox Sports and ESPN, the two largest television partners in college football. Saban, Urban Meyer, and Mac Brown are obviously former coaches that have profited tremendously from the old system of college football and are now out of the game. Nick Saban, in part, because he didn't want to deal with NIL stuff. He's publicly talked about that before. The group of people they're assembling are predominantly the people who stand to benefit the most from this system without bringing in any of the labor people or agents or people like that.
Sure, but we are being a bit dismissive of the athletes that are in the room, from Tiger Woods to Tim Tebow to Charlie Ward. I mean, you do have the athlete perspective in that room. Granted, these are guys that have now turned more to the business side than the athletic side because they're older, but that perspective still matters because I'm sure all of them have the same thought that a lot of us have had. Man, if NIL existed when I was a kid or when I was in college, blah, 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 so I don't think we can dismiss fully the athlete perspective that is also in this room. Although to Kyle's point, yes, predominantly it is business oriented, but I do believe Tiger Woods' voice, Tim Tebow's voice, Charlie Ward's voice, those are loud voices that need to be taken into account.
Right, and I don't want to get too into the weeds on it, but those specific people being the ones who are invited is probably more out of political favor than it is their opinion themselves. Go look at some of their backgrounds and some of the people they've supported over the last however many years.
What I didn't want to make this political.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this more of a college football discussion
Which
and
is
a
what it
college
should be.
athletics discussion. So, Kyle, if you were in that room and you're just in the room and you're being asked, like, what's the first thing you feel like we need to focus on in terms of athletics in the college realm, then what would you want to focus on?
I personally would want to focus on creating a revenue sharing system similar to how the NFL and the NBA collectively bargain and stuff like that. Because there should not be a world where the college football playoff can just unilaterally expand to 12 teams or 16 teams without some level of collective bargaining with their labor. Also, colleges right now, they're about to start paying players out of their own revenue, but that doesn't exist right now. They should probably hash those things out. How does the salary cap should be negotiated, revenue sharing should be negotiated with labor, stuff like that.
To put a bow on this before we have to break, again, no interest in making this a political conversation because it's not even close to the area of my expertise. One thing I just want to be careful with when we're acknowledging things like this, and Kyle's points are firm. I just don't want to dismiss something that can be positive simply because of the reputations of people or what we believe people are doing or what we believe people are going to do. I'm not going to dismiss what Tiger Woods might bring to this conversation because of because of any political reasons or Adam Silver or any of these people. I think conversations are important. If you're skeptical that anything's going to come of this because it's just a bunch of like-minded people who are going to focus on money and stuff like that, maybe you're right. I don't know. I just think conversations like this for all things, but especially in sports, especially in college sports, where, again, we're in the Wild West right now. I think these conversations are good. I think things like this need to happen more. And I don't want the first impulse of everybody to immediately be skeptical based off of names or people in the room. I think this is a good thing. I think conversation happening is a good thing. So
and hopefully something can start to come out of something like this.
Yes. That is Q and K. We will take the break. When we come back, the conversation shifts back to the Sacramento Kings. There's been a big conversation this morning about buying out Russell Westbrook. Should it happen? Why hasn't it happened yet? We'll explore that a little bit. Plus, I know a permanent change that needs to happen to this Kings starting lineup for the remainder of this season. We'll discuss next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now at Elk Grove Honda, you can lease the 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport Sedan for only $39.99 down, including first payment due at lease inception, excluding tax and license. 35 monthly payments of $299 plus tax, license, and zero security deposit on approved credit. Mileage in excess of $10,000 per year at 20 cents per mile. It really is the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Any Russell Westbrook fans listening? It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining. Kings won. Can we have a conversation that's based in an area of respect here? Because I personally really appreciate Russell Westbrook, the player. Right. I have for most of his career. But I also personally do not really value what Russell Westbrook brings to this Kings team at this point in time. Which, like we've talked about, not his fault. Russ is who Russ is. The Sacramento Kings of all teams sure as hell have no leg to stand on in terms of, hey, Russ, we're going to change who you are. Mm-hmm. Doug Christie can't. Mm-hmm. Doug Christie can't do that. Kings can't do that. I think what we saw with last night's starting lineup needs to be permanent. I think Devin Carter starting at the point, Nick Clifford starting at the 3 needs to be permanent for the rest of this season. We've already talked about shut Keegan Murray down. That conversation really can't be the same for Russ, because Russ ain't going to let himself be shut down. We know Russ. It's one of the things we love about Russ.
Right.
He ain't going to... A thigh contusion? Give me a break. I'll be back in a few days, if that. So I don't know if Russ is going to be available for the Kings against the Lakers coming up here. What is it? Is that Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Thank you. I don't know if he's going to be available or not. While Russell Westbrook is here, I know it's not going to be easy for Doug to go, hey, Russ, you're coming off the bench, man, because we're going to start Devin Carter at the point. That's why I don't think this is going to happen. Everything that I'm saying I want to happen, I don't believe will happen as long as Russ is still on this roster. So then there's that branch of the conversation. And Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross talked a lot about this morning. Mm-hmm. What about buying Russ out? He's on a league minimum deal, veteran minimum deal. Why not buy out Russell Westbrook's deal? Say, man, you deserve better. If you want to make it, it's not you, it's us thing, that's fine. However you want to soften the blow, Russ, go on and find a team that you can play meaningful basketball for, that values what you do, because it just doesn't fit with where the Sacramento Kings are at right now.
Right.
That all sounds great. It all sounds sunshine and rainbows. My question is this, and I do not mean this disrespectfully. I genuinely mean this, because I feel that this would have already happened if Russell Westbrook felt that there was a team out there waiting for him. Mm-hmm. I don't know that there is. And Russ might not want to do a contract buyout because we know Russ wants to play. He wants to put up his numbers. He wants to play hard. The way Russ plays on a nightly basis is someone that has the right kind of sickness. They love the game. Yeah. They're married to the game. I don't think that there are playoff teams right now, teams playing meaningful basketball, that are lining up to sign Russell Westbrook because they weren't during the summer either.
Would you ever consider or think that Houston would consider bringing back, yes, but reuniting? Again, they do not have a true point guard. Mm-hmm. They do not have a true point guard.
True.
I heard them talking on the pregame show one day about Chris Paul bringing him out of retirement.
Henry Turner brought that up. Yeah.
There aren't many that would necessarily want that. I just said necessarily twice because I'm like, wow, I don't know if this would ever work. But I'm thinking, like, if there were to be some sort of crazy situation, one of those teams could be a Houston Rockets team.
That's a scenario that makes sense.
Right?
The hesitation around any playoff team going out and getting Russell Westbrook is, does he impact winning?
Yes. Correct.
I will tell you firsthand, for the most part, Russell Westbrook has been one of the best players on the Sacramento Kings this season. He should be. He's a Hall of Famer. Russ has been one of the best players on one of the worst teams that we've seen in a very, very long time. Again, I do not mean this disrespectfully in any kind of way because I do not blame Russell Westbrook for where the Sacramento Kings are at all. This roster has been a disaster of a combination from the start. He was just
he didn't start from the start.
Right. He was added right at the end of training camp, right before the season began. But the entire construction of this roster has been a disaster from the very beginning. It's not Russell Westbrook's fault. It's not anybody's individual fault on this roster, 100%. But I will also tell you, in terms of tank commanders, there have been times where Russell Westbrook being on the floor to end a game has directly translated to the Kings losing that game. And I could say the same thing about different guys on this roster.
Sure.
The reason why I bring that up is not to isolate Russ. It's to have a genuine conversation about, do the Houston Rockets look at Russell Westbrook as, whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he's going to help us or hurt us win massively important playoff games when the Rockets are taking on the Spurs or the Nuggets or the Thunder, these juggernauts that they have to beat. Does Russ help or hurt me in that scenario? And I feel like if the Denver Nuggets felt like he had helped, they never would have let him go.
Right. And so I get, that's a great point. And again, I'm just brainstorming to try to think of somebody or some team that's trying to make a push with these other teams in the West right now. And really, that's the only one that came immediately to mind.
Yep.
And you bring up two great points, and that is why it's so hard to kind of, for me to figure out, because I think it would be best if Russ left. And again, I love Russell Westbrook. Love what he stands for. Love how he plays the game. Does it at an age of 37 that he's still working hard and trying hard and setting the tone. But I think it would make things easier here for the young guys and for Doug Christie to make decisions on a nightly basis when you've now weeded out another one of those veterans. Do I believe it's going to happen, though? I don't.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's going to happen, and I do think we're going to come back to a conversation next Monday that, Russ played again, and, we're having the same conversation. He took too many shots.
Yep.
I don't feel like that's getting resolved this season.
The realities of Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings right now are that they don't mix, with the exception of Russ playing hard at all times, being a good example for the Sacramento Kings. And there are benefits for like a Maxime Reynaud playing in the pick and roll with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
With the exception of that, the way Russ plays versus where the Sacramento Kings are trying to go and how they're trying to play by focusing on their young guys, they just don't intermix.
Right.
How much have we talked about this entire season, Kayla? How much have we talked about your turn, my turn? Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's been this season in a nutshell. And you could argue that last night was DeMar DeRozan going, your turn. And Russell Westbrook's first instinct is always going to be my turn. That's what's made him so special.
Yeah.
That's what makes him a Hall of Famer. And to expect him to change that so that Devin Carter can get more opportunity or Nick Clifford can get more opportunity, that's just not a realistic expectation.
Or expect him to change it when we've seen, 4 different places end because he wasn't able to change? Whether it's Washington, Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, and Denver Nuggets have all kind of ended feeling the same way.
It's kind of like he's been, and I'm sure he's aware of it. And so part of that, I will say this, part of that does go on Russ then at this point of his career. If he truly wants to be on a team that can win a ring, or if he wants to be on a playoff team, that is one thing that he's going to have to do. Else, unfortunately, I don't think he'll be playing after this season, is do something along the lines of, I've got to step back as Russ, who I've always been most of my career, and I've got to do a little bit more to help others.
There's a conversation happening about Chris Middleton right now with the Dallas Mavericks. We saw him last night.
Just played him.
Chris Middleton is deciding whether or not he wants to be bought out. But there's rumored interest from multiple teams, primarily the Denver Nuggets, I think, are the main team that is interested in adding Chris Middleton to what they're doing. I'm telling you, I feel that if Russell Westbrook had the Houston Rockets waiting in the wings, ready to go and get him, I think Russ and his camp would have broached this conversation. I don't think anyone's waiting for him. Like if we go through the Western Conference right now, we can really just focus on the top 10 because the gap between 10 and 11, the Clippers and the Grizzlies, is pretty significant. So the top 10 is established. The play-in is established. Clippers are 10. I don't see the Clippers going after Russell Westbrook. There's really no reason to do
They
so.
already tried that
They're
one.
also getting younger at this point, or trying.
The Portland Trailblazers do not need Russell Westbrook based off of the pieces that they have. Drew Holiday. They're like the Portland Trailblazers are good. Golden State.
Oh, that would be funny.
It would be funny, but no, not happening. The Phoenix Suns, I know Dylan Brooks has gone down recently, but Dylan will be back at some point. Devin Booker runs the point there just fine.
Let's say they're the leaders in the clubhouse.
Sure, as of now, Phoenix is the best. The LA Lakers, again, funny.
I know.
Like Luka Doncic
Yeah.
is ball dominant as it comes, and he's already trying to share with Austin Reeves and LeBron James.
Also,
as
I
much as
genuinely don't think there's a player Lakers fans hate more than Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Like, genuinely, like, there's a lot of Laker animosity. I genuinely think Westbrook is number one on their hate list.
It very well could be that way. Minnesota Timberwolves, they just brought back Mike Conley. He's going to be in a very limited role, but you know what he's doing there.
He knows his role.
That's the Ant Show. Hey, maybe there's something there, maybe. But does Minnesota feel like they're a Russell Westbrook away from beating the Spurs in a series? I don't think so.
Didn't they trade for someone at the deadline? Was it Ayo Dosunmu? They traded
they
traded for some point guard.
I'm sure they did. The Denver Nuggets, Russ's last team. I think they would already brought him back. The Houston Rockets, that might be the best chance. The San Antonio Spurs, nope. The Oklahoma City Thunder, nope. That's the entire Western Conference right there, and you have two maybes out of the entire Western Conference. Maybes that are more unlikely than they are likely.
It's funny though, when they played at Houston the other night, like Russ was trying to be like Russ in that game.
He had to
if you
be.
noticed it too. Like he always is playing with something in a certain game, because he's been so many places at this point, with his former teammate Durant. Like, it's just interesting when you watch, like, he's one of those motivated players too, when you see him play for certain reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. It might and probably won't work at most places right now in his career and what you know of Russell Westbrook as being player-wise. And again, that doesn't shade his career. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Right. If we want to go through the East, we'll focus on the top 11 because technically the Bucks have a chance of making the plan, but I don't think they have any interest in doing that. The Bucks, no, probably not.
They could have signed him in the summer and chose not to.
Yep. The Charlotte Hornets, they're on a roll right now.
Don't mess up that chemistry.
I don't see that. Well, I hear what you're saying 100% because I think what you mean by that, at least tell me if I'm wrong here. I think what you mean by that is not that Russ is coming in and disrupting the chemistry in terms of being a cancer. It's just that they've got something going right now
on the court. And to play.
Yes, and to throw a wrench into that with someone who is like Russ, who's ball dominant, could muddy things up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what.
I don't think Russ is a cancer. Let me make that clear.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
He's not.
Also,
he is absolutely 100% not a cancer. He never has been. That's been a ridiculous narrative that was spun up in LA specifically. He is not a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Charlotte traded for Kobe White, who fortunately didn't get sent to Sacramento.
Is there any appreciation of, hey, they could have sent me to Sacramento?
By the way, most people were like on Sacramento's side that responded to that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Atlanta Hawks.
No, thank you.
They got Jonathan Kuminga, who's balling right now.
out. By the way, JK
Balling right now. Miami Heat. Heat culture. Russ, maybe. I don't think so.
They got Davion, baby.
And they tried to move Davion too.
Well, yeah, they wanted Ja Morant.
Well, they wanted Ja Morant for nothing.
For Davion and Terry Rozier.
just give us Ja Morant.
Orlando Magic, don't see it. Philadelphia 76ers, they got Tyrese Maxey. Toronto Raptors, they got Emmanuel Quickley. Cleveland Cavaliers, nope. James Harden's there now.
And Dennis Schroeder.
And Dennis Schroeder. New York Knicks, I don't know if Mike Brown. I have no idea how Mike Brown feels about Russell Westbrook, but they got Jalen Brunson there. Like the Knicks are fine. Boston Celtics, no chance in hell. Detroit Pistons, no chance in hell.
Right.
Like there's just where is Russ going? That's the point.
Yeah.
There is no
I don't
buyout
think he's
market
going
for
anywhere.
Russ.
Right.
So you're stuck with, not stuck with him, but he's not going to want to get bought out if he's going to just be watching. He wants to play.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings me to this. Glenn's back in the chat.
Oh, well. Not Glenn.
Glenn, I love it because you do get me fired up. And when I get fired up, I'm going to talk back to you.
Glenn, did you hear the CC Sabathia story and the Yankee story?
Without swear words.
Beware,
because I can't do
beware.
that. No, Glenn said, nah, Westbrook needs to go. I have no respect for old stat patters. My pushback on that, Glenn, real quick, in Russ's defense, you are not an athlete at that level. You do not necessarily know how they go and how they tick in their everyday lives. Russell Westbrook is a different type of player, right? And one I think we should respect for the fact that he isn't going out there and being a weenie and sitting out on every night because of he has a achy this or achy that. He's never done it in his career, really.
He's a psycho, like Kobe was, the right kind of psycho.
So why can't we respect players who still feel that they can play the game? It's not like he can't play the game.
And that motivation.
Why can't we respect that? It's not his fault he's here.
Right. That motivation, that identity is what's gotten him this far. It's like talking about DeMarcus Cousins.
Right.
Now, I know DeMarcus and Russ, not the most, the success levels have been different.
Yeah.
But stay with me here. DeMarcus Cousins would not have been the dominant center that DeMarcus Cousins is without having the attitude that he plays with. It's what it translates onto the floor. Russell Westbrook is not the dominant, game-changing, triple-double machine, history-making point guard that he's been without this attitude like we saw in the clip from the Kings social media team where, don't you wish you were athletic? And he says, what do you mean? I'm the most athletic player. That is what makes Russell Westbrook Russell Westbrook. That doesn't mean he's going to Neat Clifford and saying, I'm more athletic than you. Give me the basketball. That's not who Russ is.
Right. And here, I will say this, Glenn. Does he need to come off the bench in this point of his career? Sure.
Yes.
I mean, look at Kevin Love. So you think Kevin Love's just in the game because he wants to be a stat patter? No. I mean, he still wants to play. He barely plays. I get that.
Yes.
And I still think Russ is better than Kevin Love right now. But he is still playing the game because he loves the game and feels like at certain times he can come off the bench and give them some help. So I feel like that's the same way I look at Russ. I don't think he's a game changer at this point. He can come off the bench, though, if you need him to. And I think we're looking at it different here because he's starting in games.
Yep.
Because that is how bad this roster is.
Yeah. If you were to tell me, Matt, for the rest of the season, Russell Westbrook will come off the bench and one of Russ and DeMar will be on the floor at all times, because I do like when those guys play with a primarily rookie lineup, but not together.
Right.
I think they do a good job because you need a designated veteran out there on the floor. DeMar's done it really well. Russ has done it well, too, when it's just him out there.
Right.
Not multiple veterans that are known for... DeMar and Russ are very familiar with each other. They know where they want the ball, where they like the ball, and they play primarily with each other. But that can sometimes unintentionally ice out or force out or put Neat Clifford on the back burner or not give Devin Carter an opportunity.
Yeah.
My point is, I hope Doug Christie can look at a game like last night and go to Russ and go, dude, that is what's most important for this organization, what we saw right there. We think you can be a part of it. And the way you can be a part of it is by coming off the bench, playing 22 minutes a night off the bench, still being the veteran leader, still playing your ass off. And if we're down 10 early because we got off to a bad start because Devin Carter got cooked or whatever, Neat Clifford got cooked, hey, Russ, come in here, change the energy, change the game, be that Energizer bunny.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. And if Westbrook is having a problem with that, then he gone. But I don't necessarily think that's the case.
I just don't think Doug can ask. It feels like he can ask that of Russ.
And that's not, again, Russ's problem. And by the way, Drew Down, it's not his fault, he says. He signed with Sac. Are you turning down money if you're offered a job?
He turned down more money in Europe or internationally to stay in the NBA.
I don't know how to answer that, because everyone, if they have an opportunity to make money and play the game they love still, I'm not turning down that.
Listen, the Sacramento Kings signed Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook didn't choose the Sacramento Kings. Can we be honest here? Do you think the Sacramento Kings were Russell Westbrook's top 15 choices in the league?
25.
No. The Sacramento Kings signed Russell Westbrook. That's what they did because they needed a point guard. Now, we can make the argument that maybe they never should have. Whitey Gleason makes a really compelling argument with the Drive guys that as soon as the Kings signed Russell Westbrook, the Dennis Schroeder experiment was doomed to fail because it was unnecessary. That, we can have that argument till we're blue in the face, but Russell Westbrook is who he is. He's 36 years old. He's not going to transform his game in one season for any team, let alone the Sacramento Kings, even if the Kings were as relevant as they expected to be coming into this season. Make no mistake about it. Even if you or I thought the Kings would be bad this season, we expected them to be a play-in team, not bottom feeders in the West and in the NBA, period. So we just be realistic with what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't think there's a buyout market for Russell Westbrook because I don't think established contenders feel that Russell Westbrook will help them get past the juggernauts that they need to get past. I think that's the reality of the situation. But also the reality is Russ has something to offer, and the Sacramento Kings should try to appeal to that while also hopefully getting Russell Westbrook to understand this is where we're at as an organization. Look, man, it's been 60 games. You were sitting on the bench with your cool ass outfit and your dope shades, watching this team play hard and play as a young, cohesive group going forward. You can be a part of that, but you got to come off the bench to do it.
And I'm going to say one more thing here, because we live in the moment a lot in this business.
Oh, yeah.
Fans live in the moment a lot in this business. I'm going to rewind all the way to the start of the season. And I know it's not all of you, because some of you guys just don't like Russ, and that's your choice. I don't care. That's fine. But there were a lot of excited people when Russ was here and he was actually out there bringing the energy. I can remember having conversations about it.
How Russ was shooting to start the season?
So I'm not, let's not just sit here and say the whole season's been a complete a wash because of him.
Sure.
There was a lot of excitement here for a time.
Can we be honest really quick? And this is going to be
a shot. They got bad.
This is going to be a shot, but it's the truth. There's a huge difference between Russell Westbrook and Zach LaVine, and I'm not talking the money that they make. Can we be honest about something? Can we be real?
I don't think I make too much money.
I forgot he was on the team. Sorry.
Well, a lot of people have. Hope his pinky's okay. We will take the break. When we come back, TC, I see you on hold. He'll jump in on this conversation. Then we'll get to NFL Players Association report cards. I am stunned by the teams who have the best overall rankings and best overall grades and the teams that have the worst.
Get
Kayla
ready.
and I will break that down. Coming up next, it's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Ophelia Young from the KCRA3 Weather Center on this Friday morning. Skies will be partly cloudy today as temperatures climb to highs near 72 degrees with light winds. Evening temperatures drop to upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, you can drive a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport and enjoy a tradition begun with the first Accord in 1976. Ask about the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
Get the new Ram you want at the most affordable price I've seen in years. You can lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie for as low as $399 a month for 39 months. That's $13,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2026 Ram truck.
Whoa, $399 $3.99 a month? That feels like it can't be real.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive how we've been able to find all this savings. As a fifth-generation family-owned dealer, our goal has always been, and continues to be, to serve our customers and save them as much as possible.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HoblettDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 5,000 factory rebate and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory. $399 special lease with $29.95 due at signing plus tax, license fees, and dealer accessories. Must finance through Stellantis. 7,500 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over for well-qualified buyers with 720 plus FICO score. Sample VIN 179105. MSRP 68125. See dealer for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Many driving ranges have turned to hitting mats, with many of them using mats year-round. But according to golf top 100 teacher Martin Chuck, hitting off mats can give you a false sense of security, giving you the impression that you're a decent ball striker. There are a couple of ways to make sure you get the most out of your practice, and he shares them in Golf Magazine. First, approach the ball with purpose. Treat every shot like you would on the course. Stand behind the ball and visualize what you want the ball to do. Then walk in and go through the same routine you use during a round on the golf course. Second, try the towel drill. To make certain you aren't skipping the club head into the ball, place the towel a few inches behind the ball and try not to hit the towel on the downswing. This will help promote ball first contact. If you disturb the towel, then you know you're hitting the ground too early. Ball first contact is imperative. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
A.m. to 2 p.m., Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Before we get to the NFL Players Association grades that were leaked, air quotes, boy, am I glad that they were. TC wants to jump in on this conversation. What up, TC? Happy Friday.
Hey, man, happy Friday, man. Kayla, what's going on with you guys?
What's up, TC?
Hey, man, just vibing, Matt. So, hey, my question is, right, is at this point, why are we even buying out Russell? I know we want him to go to a veteran, but at this point, the question should be asking Russ, hey, bro, do you want to come back next year? Right? Are you done with your career? Or are you looking to come back with our plan moving forward next year? Because at this point, trying to buy him and DeMar out, and if they ain't asking for it, it's really, like, useless to us right now, bro. I get it. Like, I know you, Matt, you wanted to free up, but the guys are getting their playing time. Who we looking for to flourish? Neek, Matt, Dylan, maybe Plowden. These dudes are getting their minutes. So it's not like DeMar and Russ are taking their minutes away. These guys are actually getting minutes. So at this point, it's useless to ask these guys, do you want to buy out?
TC, I mean, no, they're not taking away their minutes necessarily, unless, I don't know, you're Devin Carter, who is getting DNP'd, and then
Everyone's taking his minutes.
But Devin Carter's not on the. We saw this in the Cleveland Cavaliers game. The Kings young guys played really well that entire game, and by the way, like Dylan Cardwell was still healthy for that game. Like other guys that are not playing right now were playing in that game. Mm-hmm. And then Doug Christie went to Russ and DeMar over like Devin Carter and some of the other young guys. The ball got sticky as it has, and the Kings lost the game. But more importantly, they lost the opportunity for those young guys to try and close that game out the way that they got to last night in Dallas, and they got the job done. That's the opportunity I'm talking about. Like, it's not necessarily minutes count as much as it is when they're on the floor. Is the ball in their hands, and are they out getting the opportunity to take that final shot, or are Russ and DeMar taking that final shot? Another point to what TC brought up before we move on, Kayla, with all the respect in the world, I got zero interest in Russell Westbrook being back here next season.
Yeah, no.
Zero.
I again, no disrespect to Russ. I don't think that's needed.
And I don't think he should want to be back here next season either.
I don't think
Zero interest. No, I don't. I mean, I hope he lands somewhere else. I don't want Russell Westbrook to retire necessarily. But if I'm Scott Perry, it's, hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
We're going in a different direction. Regardless of what they do in the draft, what they do at that point guard position, if we need another point guard, we'll find one somewhere else. Thank you. Appreciate your time. See you later. Like, I don't think Russell Westbrook should come back.
They're probably rebuilding next year again, so they'll find someone that'll do the job.
Well, let's dive into these players, or NFL Players Association 2026 report cards. So I was actually not fully aware of this context. You filled me in. So this used to be a regular thing.
Yes, correct.
But the NFL didn't like it very much.
No, and I'd say the NFL owners didn't like it.
Yeah.
So they said, we can't expose our report cards. I had everybody look at mine. My parents had to see mine. Anyway.
Well, they said it was a violation of the collective bargaining agreement.
Well, boo-hoo. They got leaked because it's the Players Association's claim is, well, we're still going to do this survey because we need to know for how our players are being treated, how they feel they're being treated. And oops, they were leaked.
Oopsies.
And thank God they were. If I had told you, based off of how this season had gone, that the Miami Dolphins would end up as the best or highest rated organization amongst NFL players, what would you have told me?
No way in hell.
Yeah.
No
Miami
way.
number 1. And then if I had told you in the same breath that the Steelers were dead last at 32.
I would not believe you. Just in basing that on the history of the organization and how much it's respected. And the owners, the Rooney family, how much they're respected, I'd say no way.
The Las Vegas Raiders were ranked 6th, behind, by the way, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Kayla's Seattle Seahawks, the Washington Commanders, the Minnesota Vikings, and like we said, number 1, the Miami Dolphins.
What a turn of events for the Commanders. I mean, they used to be dead last in this thing.
Moving on
Yeah,
up.
you're right. And I'm shocked by I'm not going to lie, I'm shocked by the Jaguars.
Yes.
I really am.
Sunny Florida. That probably helps.
Also, I think they just got a new...
Jacksonville's a hole, by the way. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Really?
It's disgusting.
Oh.
One day Kayla's bagging on Utah, the next day it's Jacksonville, man.
Sorry, I've been to a lot of these places.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you firsthand what it's like.
The only place I've been in Florida is Orlando. That's the only place I've ever been in
Don't go
Florida.
to Jacksonville.
All right.
By the way, Utah is beautiful.
The San Francisco 49ers are almost right in the middle, 14.
Okay.
14th. Right below the Bears, right ahead of the Chargers, just ahead of the Bills, just below the Ravens. Now, what's important to understand in terms of context here is it's not every single, as far as I understand, right? It's not like it's every player who's ranking all all 32 NFL teams in different categories. It's your grade or your experience that you would give for your organization. So different organizational biases. We were talking about this earlier. The Kansas City Chiefs, for example, they're 27. Kyle was talking about Kansas City always seems to be towards the end, towards the bottom. And I don't mean this in any kind of smug or snarky way. In my mind, that's, well, the Chiefs are are an organization that's reputation is winning, a lot of star talent. The expectations of a Kansas City Chief are probably higher than the expectations of a Jacksonville Jaguar of how their situation should be because they expect more. Higher, just human element, right? That doesn't make anything right or wrong. It's just, but that's important context to keep in mind. But each team had a multitude of different grades. You want to do the Raiders first or you want to do the 49ers first?
Let's do the Niners.
We'll do the 49ers first, who again were 14th. Their overall rating was 14th.
Also, there's like 19 different categories.
Yeah, and we'll go through
them all together.
We'll go through them really quickly. Stop me if anything surprises you. Treatment of families, B.
That surprises me.
You think it would be better?
Yeah.
Home game field, so how their home field is, A-. Food and dining area, A. Nutritionist, dietitian, B+. Locker room, B. Been in there. Very nice locker room. Here we go. Training room, C-. Training staff, C-.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Based off of the injuries?
Boom.
Also, for context, no one gets worse than a B for that one. C- might be the worst anyone got on the whole thing.
I know it can get worse because when I was with the Titans at the end of Mike Vrabel's career, they were getting D's in their because there were all these injuries and they couldn't figure it out. And so that has changed now for them because they literally wiped out their training staff when the new head coach came in. So you look at this and you start to think, okay, maybe there is more correlation than just what we think with the electrical substation. They probably need to go in and clean a big chunk of house when it comes to the training
And
staff.
there might naturally be just a lack of trust, a lack of faith.
And
How
that
do
could
these
be it
injuries?
too.
What are y'all doing?
Sure.
Why do these injuries keep happening?
Yeah.
By the way, the only other team I've seen that got a C- is, ironically, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Interesting.
Huh. When it comes to coaching staff, though, a lot of love for the Niners.
Yeah.
This is not coaching staff. Weight room, A.
Good.
That's good. Strength coaches, A. Position coaches, A-. Offensive coordinator, A-. Defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, A.
Awesome.
Special teams coordinator, B+. Team travel, C+.
Also shocking to me.
Interesting.
A little interesting considering the organization, kind of what it's known for. People want to go there. Free agents want to go there. That surprises me a little.
Head coach, Kyle Shanahan, A-. General manager, John Lynch, A-. Team ownership, Jed York, A-. Overall rank, 14. So
Not bad.
The ownership, the leadership of the Niners is good. Taking care of families is fine, I guess. The facilities, for the most part, are really good. It's travel and training staff that aren't the best in San Francisco.
Which is really important.
Yeah.
Because longevity, all players want to have that, right? And comfort in terms of how you feel. Guess what? They've got 2 away travel big time. Yeah.
Good point.
Maybe take that into account. When you're going to Australia, you better get that one right.
Didn't even think about
49ers.
that. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Did not even cross my mind. Good point by you.
When you're going international, imagine getting it through customs.
How about the Las Vegas Raiders?
Yeah, and by the way, they shocked me with how high they were.
No,
Again,
I agree with you.
I'm looking at it as a fan, like, of the NFL,
Yeah.
not even as a reporter, and I'm looking at that and I'm going, this is why we sometimes are blind to what really is going on maybe behind the scenes, because we just base it off of wins and losses sometimes.
But here's the thing with the Raiders, and this is what these grades reflect. The Raiders suck. But everything is shiny and new in Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
They are just doused in money.
Suck in paradise.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
Right.
Like,
Instead of suck at the Coliseum.
The Allegiant Stadium is
beautiful.
Stunning. It looks phenomenal. The lifestyle in Vegas, believe it or not, good. Shocking compared to other places. Oakland. Right. So treatment of families, A, in Las Vegas. If you're at Vegas, they're going to treat you. They're going to treat you well.
It's good.
If you play for the Raiders, you're going to lose, but you're going to be treated well. Home game field, A-. Yeah, Allegiant Stadium, state of the art. Food dining area, A. Nutritionist, dietitian, A. Locker room, A. Training room, A. Training staff, A. Weight room, A+.
Wow.
Like, all their facilities are state of the art in Vegas because duh.
It's new.
It's new. It's shiny. It's there's a ton of money there.
And they got a bunch of taxpayer money to do it.
Woo! Strength coaches, A. Position coaches, C+.
Yep, sounds about right.
Offensive coordinator, F.
Yep, and deservingly so.
Well, Chip Kelly did get fired.
Oh, now we're getting into football stuff.
By the way, Chip Kelly is an you-know-what.
Oh.
He's a you-know-what.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Personal experience?
Look, one of my good friends in the business covered him for a long time at Oregon. He has always been that.
1 minute. Well, he's now out of a job, right? He hasn't gotten hired anywhere. Okay, offensive coordinator, F. Defensive coordinator, C. Special teams coordinator, C-. So all the coaching stuff, not too great.
Yeah.
By the way, Chip Kelly, OC at Northwestern now.
Oh, didn't know that one.
That's a garbage job.
That is a downgrade.
Good for him, I guess.
What, from the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL? That's a downgrade?
Team travel, B. Okay. Shocking. The Allegiant Stadium, Allegiant Airlines, shocking that could be that good. I'm surprised, honestly, it's not bigger or better. Head coach, C+.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll.
I will say this real quick about that.
Yep.
C+, a little shocking just because it's Pete Carroll. I've heard a lot of great things about him when he was in Seattle. Players specifically who have spoke to me about him. The one thing I'll say, he is more now known as kind of like an older school coach.
Yeah.
And I don't know how a team relates to him maybe as much now in his older days of coaching.
See, this reads to me, Kayla, like what you're alluding to. This reads to me as we like Pete Carroll as a person,
right?
But this season was so bad and this team was so bad, we can't give him a great grade. He just lost his job after 1 year. Like, we love you, Pete, but this was bad.
Time not to coach
Yeah,
anymore.
This was bad. So
Also,
that's the C+ comes is there.
If I remember correctly, I think they're done in like October, November.
Yeah. This is hilarious to me. Not the first part. General manager, John Spytek, A-.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, gosh.
Team ownership, A.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Mark
Really?
Davis, A?
Are they Are they grading his haircut too?
Well, that's not nice. I mean, it's true, but that's not nice.
I think he's bald now.
Oh.
No. Mark Davis isn't bald.
I thought he still had the bald.
He was whenever the Aces won the WNBA championship. He was bald.
He decided to get off the bull haircut.
I mean, now that Mark Davis has gotten this franchise to Las Vegas, I guess he's become a good owner because, again, everything's shiny, everything's new, there's plenty of money.
Probably what they associate that part with.
But
yeah.
Mark Davis is not a good owner.
Maybe they're saying Tom Brady is an A.
Maybe.
Kyle is on. Cooked there. All right, we will take the break. Thank you. Shout out to everyone. And
what do we get for our show? A+.
Well, facilities.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with this.
We got work to do,
for
but
our show.
Lighting.
For our show.
For our show. No, just thinking as a station.
Well, we can't take care of this part.
Hey, lineup though.
That's not up to us.
Lineup A+. For sure.
I will say I don't love that I can't see Kayla. Like we're
hopefully that'll be we'll work on that in the future.
No, that's intentional. She's just right. Look at the coat.
Well, you know what? You don't have to like it. It's just my report.
Coming up next, it's time to pick a side. Listen to Matt and Kayla on a Friday here on Sactown Sports.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot make your email response time faster. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you find space for your 3 desk drinks. Why do you have 3? And while we can't help you find the perfect volume for your presentation video, LinkedIn can help you find the perfect audience for your business. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere. It's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Get ready, Sacramento. The Sacramento Boat Show and Big RV Show is taking over Cal Expo, March 5th through March 8th. It's 2 huge shows, 1 massive event. Don't miss it. Get details now at 2hugeshows.com.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Line dancing, mechanical bulls, and food trucks. Make it a lucky night out of live country music and dancing for your crew. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Bar None Auction, Sky River Casino, and Trex Decking and Railing. More info at CITPFest.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Join Sactown Sports downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In Shape Fitness Kings Rally Towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Time to pick a side on a Friday.
Woo-wee.
Kyle, take it away. Topic number 1.
Number 1 on Pick a Side. So March Madness could expand as early as next season because the NCAA is broke and they need money. Do we like this or dislike it?
I'm not a fan of it. I think part of March Madness, I know you get those upsets, but making the tournament is supposed to be prestigious and not just adding more teams to it so it goes longer. You lose kind of the charm of it. So I understand the financial reasoning behind it, but no, don't expand
I'm
it.
sick of using this financial BS as an example. I don't want to hear, not you, I don't want to hear leagues talk about this. College football, we're not reaping the benefits of any of this.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry. We want to see, like, good basketball at that time of year. The play-in tournament to this point that happens in Dayton, Ohio is good. Keep it at that because, that's fine. It's not too much going on. Get you kind of ramped up for the actual tournament.
Yep.
Do not expand it. I think it's going to be garbage if they do that. I really do. And the whole bubble reveal thing won't be as interesting.
Yep.
I just say that is the worst idea ever.
You know what? Under one condition, I would be open to this. And it is only where we expand to, what is it now, 68? We expand to 88 teams.
Good Lord.
But you can make it so every mid-major gets 2 teams in the tournament. Because the reason they're doing this is so the Big 10 and the Big 12 and all these giant conferences can put 15 teams in the tournament. But if you do it so that only the mid-majors can get in and you're losing money on it, then I'm in favor of it.
Well, that's never happening.
Exactly.
Right, and that's
because
just
that's why this whole thing is happening, because the NCAA is $3 billion in debt and they need money.
Of course. Like, just dissolve NCAA. You're worthless. All right, next topic.
We just got to sue them more, okay? Sue the NCAA more. That's
sue them.
Mantra. Pick a side number 2. The San Antonio Spurs have won 11 straight games. They're 2 back of the Thunder. So pick a side. The Spurs will get the number 1 seed in the Western Conference playoffs.
I'm with it. I think the Spurs are insane. And I knew they'd be right away.
Yeah.
I told y'all when the Kings traded De'Aaron Fox to San Antonio Spurs, I said they would be legit immediately as long as they could stay healthy. They've got an absolute freak of nature in Victor Wembanyama, who is quite literally unstoppable on both sides of the ball. Like, I know I have so much appreciation for SGA, how great he is and how great that Oklahoma City Thunder team is. They're very, very, very good. But the Spurs have things we've never seen before, truthfully. De'Aaron Fox is a number 2, is deadly. That team is deep as hell. Everybody knows their role. They play just as well in their roles as I feel a lot of OKC players play in their roles. I'm all in on the San Antonio Spurs. I think we're looking at the NBA champions.
The only thing that could maybe not allow them to do that in terms of being the number 1 seed is that because they're on such a good win streak right now and they're flowing, and it's momentum. If there is a little bit of break in that.
A hiccup.
That's the only, did they hit their stride a little too soon? That's the only way I'd say that they maybe don't take that. Because if not, I do think Oklahoma City would be the team.
Yep.
So I'll leave it open a little bit, but I would agree right now, it seems like they could definitely be the team.
I think Shea can only miss like 5 or 6 more games for the MVP. That's another interesting thing, is that the Thunder haven't had him for a while, but no, I'm going to stand by OKC. I believed in them from the beginning. The way Matt is talking right now about the Spurs is how I was talking about OKC 2 years ago. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This team is different. They're young and they're all good. So I'm going to stand by my beautiful boys in OKC. They'll get the 1 seed.
Your beautiful baby boys.
I love the Spurs are like my favorite League Pass team this year. Like they're so fun to watch, but I love OKC. Love Jalen, love SGA, love Chet
Love that
and his
they took our
oxtails.
franchise in Seattle.
Well, yeah, there's that
I see
too.
where you're going with.
No,
Kyle.
I understand.
Yikes.
Well, do you know what? You make a great point, Kayla. I can't possibly turn on the great city of Seattle like that.
Right?
So Spurs ¡1 seed.
There we go.
Changed my mind.
There
Just
we
bring the
go.
Sonics back.
Right? Bring them back.
It'll happen eventually. Pick a side number 3.
Get ready.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, so the Hawks are doing a Magic City tribute night, which is the famous strip club down there. Maybe Kayla, I read the story. It's like, so the owner of the team is like part owner of Magic City or made the documentary or something.
Correct.
Okay.
Look, it's a famous strip club. Like, let's all be grown-ups here. But look, it is highly attended when people go to Atlanta. It just is. Not gonna lie. That's what I've heard from, athletes, all that stuff. Every grown person that is interested in that, I'm not gonna discriminate, whatever. But why are we bringing this into a night for the Atlanta Hawks? Like, what you do on your own time, I'm not gonna judge you, but like, we're gonna bring this in and celebrate with lemon pepper chicken. By the way, that's what they have and they're known for there at Magic City. Why are we making this a night? Is it tacky or not?
Yes, it's tacky.
It's tacky.
Of course it's tacky.
That's where I'm like, whatever. It's tacky.
Hey.
Like Atlanta Hawks. Be better.
Bring your family to tonight's Hawks game where we can celebrate strippers.
At halftime, pole dancing.
Well, it's actually, I think T.I. is performing.
Okay, I'm all about T.I. though, in terms of performing. But just no
are they
pole dancers.
Are they age gating this like?
I don't think so.
No, it's not like that from what I read.
I know, but you're
Manzit says the food's really good.
The food.
Okay, I will say
the food is really good, huh?
Whenever that was that Lou Will got thrown out of the bubble over the Magic City thing, I actually did learn about this is just a cultural thing in Atlanta, and it's pretty normalized because Atlanta used to be where business people would go, and so downtown was built on these strip clubs, and it's a very normal thing in Atlanta.
Right.
Good.
I mean, a lot of people like the wings, and they are going to highlight the wings.
I still
a
don't
lot
understand.
of people like the wings.
Yeah.
That's what they like.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they're doing the night, unless they're paying for, which I guess, again, the co-owner of the Hawks is an investor in or an owner of Magic City, but
it's like a staple there, so they're paying tribute.
Food is great. So is the dessert.
Also, I think the arena is right next door also, so it's they know who they're pandering to in terms of Hawks on a Wednesday night. Who's going to the Hawks game on a Wednesday night in March when the Hawks are a play-in team?
Unbelievable.
Listen, Atlanta, do what you want to do, man.
That's the ATL, baby.
ATL. I know they get down differently over there.
South.
Good for them. I would not be attending. Certainly not with my son. But, hey.
Hey, to each is your own.
To each their own. I'm sure the wings are great.
Yeah.
Yay.
This whole thing just, you seem uncomfortable, Matt.
Yeah. You think?
I made Matt uncomfortable with that one, but I thought it was too funny.
It's funny.
It's real funny.
It's definitely funny. But
Matt's just a little scared.
NBA game having a strip club night. I'm all right.
It's just, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy the wings.
Enjoy the wings. That's what they go there for, is the wings. Just the wings. No other reason.
Is that it?
I guess so.
All right.
We'll take the break. Now I kind of want wings.
Me too. Let's order them.
And it's lunch break coming up next.
Oh, perfect.
916-339-1140, 800-920-1140. We'll ask the question, what is stopping the Kings from playing like last night for the rest of this season? 21 games left. What's stopping them from doing the exact same thing? We'll dive into it. Plus, expectations for the young guys, best case scenario for these young guys as part of this rebuild. Talking Neek, Max, Dylan, Devin Carter, and Daquan Plowden. That's all coming up next on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Co-hosts of the wildly popular Bad Friends podcast, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Wow, I can't even believe that this is real right now.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like this is a scam. It's going to explode on you.
No. Live Saturday, March 14th, the venue at Thunder Valley.
Do you know what the 3 colors on the Irish flag stand for?
What?
The hair, the skin, the soul.
Oh, is that what liquor does to your soul?
Yeah, turns you green.
Buy tickets now. Visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Oh, this is like...
That's top notch.
KHTK-HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
Lunch break time, 916-339-1140, 800-920-1140. If you want to call in and join on the conversation, you can. We're still buzzing today after last night's Sacramento Kings win. Now, yes, losses are better than wins for the Sacramento Kings at this point. But if you are going to win games, you want to do it the way you did last night. You want to do it because Devin Carter and Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynaud and Daquan Plowden led the way and closed that out. And in case you weren't listening at 10 o'clock, and if you're one of the ones going, well, Matt, they didn't lead it. It was Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa led it. He's not one of the rookies. He had 29 points. Precious Achiuwa only had, I think, 8 points in the second half. He had a really good first half. He set the tone.
Right.
The young guys closed that game out. Devin Carter, Daquan Plowden, Nick Clifford in particular, closed that game out. And if you are concerned about the tanking standings, don't worry. The Kings are still firmly in last place in the NBA. They have a 1.5 game lead over Indiana for that final spot. Now, what's interesting is they play Indiana coming up here in Sacramento as part of their massive home schedule during March.
Massive March.
A lot of March home games, let me tell you.
There is.
A lot of Kings basketball coming to the Golden One Center before we wrap up.
Against teams with losing records.
The
too.
Brooklyn Nets are 2.5 games back of the Kings. The Kings and Nets are still going to play twice. They haven't played each other yet.
Right.
So let's put it this way. I would actually be very entertained for the young guys to be playing so much and so well that the Kings go, all right, now we got to reel it back a little bit. And how disrespectful would it be?
Oh, gosh.
We're winning too much. Russ, get back in there.
Russ, go on now.
Get on in there.
Some Kings fans are definitely going to be saying that to themselves.
Yeah. Like, if you start winning too much because of your young guys, we can reevaluate that when we get to that. I'm not too worried about the Sacramento Kings winning on Sunday in LA against the Lakers. I'm not worried at all about that necessarily. But I posed the question. We'll talk more about Russell Westbrook here in a second because good friend of the Drive guys, good friend of Alan Stiles, Brett Siegel from Clutch Points is reporting that apparently the Kings and Russell Westbrook are having conversations about a new contract or coming back next season, which as of now, I'm not a big fan of that. But what is stopping the Sacramento Kings from playing the same way that they did last night for these final 21 games of the season? And make no mistake, I'm not saying winning games and shooting the same percentages, but the way that they played and specifically who played, the rotations, how they played. Why can't that be the norm for the remainder of this season? Is there a good argument as to why it couldn't happen?
I think the first argument might be every game's a different game. And there are going to be nights, like I said, where they might feel like, hey, again, I'm surprised they won anyway on a back-to-back. To tell you the honest truth, that actually did shock me.
Surprised they won on the road again, period.
Right. But I know that, like, moving forward, this, when it's all said and done, as raw as it is that. It's a young, hodgepodge team together that we could have this night, last night, and on Sunday, it could be another one of those we're banging our heads against the door because it's unwatchable.
Right.
So that's part of it, of why they might not be able to play on this on any given night. But part of it that I think you have alluded to on this show this week specifically is having to watch like a Russell Westbrook and DeMar and maybe not having that flow of the ball and having it, from the get-go be just a DeMar and Russ show or a Russ show on this night, and the younger kids don't feel like they can do their own thing, or the younger players, I should say.
Yeah.
And because this last game, in my eyes, because of who started, like the younger players felt comfortable setting the tone their way.
Yep.
And that then played off each other throughout the whole game. And yes, you brought DeMar in at the end, but again, he kind of adhered to the rules of what needed to be done. And that wasn't like, DeMar, go take all the shots and win the game.
Yeah, there's a lot about last night that I'm not saying has to be the exact same. Precious is not going to score 29 points a night.
Right.
Daquan Plowden's not going to shoot a perfect 7 of 7 from the field. DeMar DeRozan's not only going to take 3 shots in a game. There are going to be circumstances where DeMar can still play the right way, but take 12 shots because within the flow of the offense, it made sense for him to do so. Or maybe other guys aren't knocking down their shots on that particular night. So, okay, DeMar, we need you a little bit more, or matchup is in favor of you at this kind. Like, the Kings playing, and what I mean by this question is not copy and paste the performance. It's copy and paste playing the right way. Copy and paste playing to the standard. If the Kings play and move the basketball the way that they did last night, but they turn the ball over 15 times because Nick Clifford struggles or Devin Carter struggles, if Maxime Reynaud gets roughed up in the paint by whoever, DeAndre Ayton and the LA Lakers here on Sunday, or Daquan Plowden's just missing shots that he was hitting, whatever, I would still view that as they're playing the right way. Shots just aren't falling. And Doug's talked about that a lot. I'm not worried about the offense. Shots are going to fall. If they don't fall, they don't fall, blah, blah, blah. Like, if we could take a mental snapshot of Doug's rotations and how the Kings were playing last night, I would want to apply that to every single game for the rest of the season, regardless of location, regardless of opponent, whatever. They can play that way every single night, and they still will lose a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and they will. But it does make it probably more likely, at least, that you'll have a closer game, a better game, a faster paced game, more entertaining, whatever you want to say. Like, again, there's going to be blowouts, probably a couple more to go. Like, there's going to be a couple of those. I do believe that. These players are also, we have to remember, these young players, which is a big chunk of them right now that are playing. By the way, there's a few or a couple two-way guys too.
Yeah.
They're going to have bad nights and they're going to get down. Like, part of learning this league too is like attitude and how you play from the jump doesn't always happen. But that is also why you have a guy like Westbrook here right now to be like, hey, you guys are young. It's hard right now. It's the drudge of the end of the season, but you got to get up for these games.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how they approach each game moving forward. But, man, yeah, if they could carbon copy how they came out in that game and how they kept that going throughout, even when Dallas made pushes, at least you start to see something.
Doug is all about controlling what you can control. And the one area where you can have 100% guaranteed consistency is with your rotations and playing those guys and using those guys in the same way. Let me tell you something that would be absolutely unacceptable at this point in my mind for Doug Christie to do. If Russell Westbrook is good to go Sunday in LA, and he very well may be, he was out with a thigh contusion. We know Russ wants to play, especially against the Lakers. If Russ is available to go, I know Killian Hayes is still on a 10-day contract. You cannot go back to not playing Devin Carter. If you DNP Devin Carter on Sunday because Russ is back soreness or not, which I kind of roll my eyes at because, look,
it's a little weird.
You went away from Devin Carter again after playing him for a little bit. You went away from him again. Let's be honest.
I mean, you brought in those two-way players.
Yes.
Too, you know.
If you send that message, like that to me, not how you lose a locker room necessarily, but that's how if you're Devin Carter, you're going, what the hell? What's the point? Does any of this really matter? Like you talk about the standard, you talk about this, you talk about that. I played to the standard. We won the game, and I had massive moments in the fourth quarter to secure that win. I did it leading on the defensive end first. And you're going to bench me for Killian Hayes' tryout. And so that Russell Westbrook can get his numbers as a 36-year-old? Like, what the hell?
You're not wrong, Matt. And I don't even have allegiance with Devin Carter. Look,
None. I don't either.
I don't really have an opinion on him. Whatever. But you're right about, I'm listening to what you're saying, and especially about like the pillars and like what you're putting out there and representing and finding some sort of like consistency and flow that other players then can depend on every night. And that's been a major problem, by the way. Like the amount of starting lineups that are, it's just been a mess, guys. And no one can ever find continuity with stuff like that. But I agree with you. And I would actually say I felt like we might not see Devin for a minute, but Westbrook, got hurt a little bit and was resting, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So then it's almost like, all right, Devin, I guess we got to come to you.
Yeah, we can't start the guy on a 10-day contract, so okay, Devin, you're starting.
I couldn't even believe, though, bringing those two-way guys on, that they couldn't even give him any minutes. He has been a good soldier, I feel like. No matter whatever, he's coming out and he's playing hard. And isn't that what you ask of players? Isn't that what you ask of players to do?
The thing that's frustrated me the most about Doug Christie this season is the lack of consistency of action with words. All this stuff about the standard, all this stuff about defense this, and the rotations at times simply have not matched. Last night was the first time in a long time, with the exception of moments in the Cavs game, where I looked at the team and for the majority of the game I went, there's Doug Christie and Scott Perry's vision.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because they won the game. And yes, I know they did it against the Dallas Mavericks, but it doesn't matter. One thing Doug Christie always talks about is the faceless opponent. We can control what we can control. We can play the same way. And Doug Christie's actions, his rotation, was consistent with his standard, was consistent with his words last night.
But it was by default?
Yes. And it should be the default for the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
Is what it should be. That doesn't mean you have to ice out Russell Westbrook. That doesn't mean you have to shut anybody else down. Find a way to incorporate them, but at your foundation, how the Kings played last night should be the standard, should be the norm for the remainder of this season. And what kind of message does it send to Daquan Plowden and Nick Clifford and Devin Carter if you go right back to what you were doing because this guy has to play or this guy has to get his shots, and I'm not just talking about Russ, by the way. If you go right back to what you were doing just because those players are now available and healthy after they did what they were finally supposed to do. It hasn't happened yet, so I can't get upset about it yet, so I'm not trying to mentally prepare myself for it. But that is what we've been looking for. That's what we've been asking for, was how the Kings played last night and how Doug Christie managed his rotations last night. And one of my favorite quotes from Doug this season is when he told the guys earlier in the year after they had a good defensive performance, he said, "You guys messed up now because you showed me you could do it."
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Doug Christie right now. Doug, you messed up because you showed me what we've been asking for, and it worked. So show it to me again and again and again.
And it's you wonder, to be a fly on the wall sometimes in these situations, you wonder, was that, again, Scott Perry said this in the presser about a month ago or whenever it was in February after the trade deadline. He said pretty much Doug's still learning on the job too.
Yep.
So I look at this as a moment too where you're Doug Christie's still learning, he's learning in the moment. Does he look at something like this and say, this is something I need to be better at, matching my words with actions. And here's an example of it. And how it worked. Do I have enough sense to move forward and do that similar thing? How long do we have left on the 10-day contracts?
It's through the Pelicans game, which is I want to say Thursday.
All right, just wanted to know.
But then you can get a second one after that.
And at this point, there's no need for a second one.
No.
There's no need. No disrespect to Killian Hayes. He hasn't played well. It's hard to step in at any point on a 10-day contract and play well, especially as a point guard. But if Killian Hayes is there, that potentially takes opportunity away from Devin Carter, who has actually been here for the long haul and earned it, regardless of if Devin Carter's part of the future of the Sacramento Kings or not. And I don't think he is. But he's an asset that you have. You already picked up his option. At the very least, you're showcasing him to the rest of the NBA.
Give him some time.
And maybe you're discovering, oh, wait a minute, he's not as bad or useless as we thought he potentially was. Maybe he could actually fit these proverbial 6 pillars. He's been playing well. He's been making an impact. He's been noticeable.
Yeah.
And he's played barely more games than Nick Clifford at this point. Or it might be a little bit fewer. I get it mixed up. Dwayne is on hold. Dwayne wants to jump in on the conversation during lunch break. What up, Dwayne?
Hey, what's up, the homies?
What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, so I heard wings and strip clubs. So I took that as a cue to call.
Oh, of course, Dwayne.
Hey, so I really, really hate to say this, but Matt, you're 100% correct, bro.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with that?
It's Coach Christie, bro. It's Coach Christie. It's got full. He's the guy. He's been weird all year with rotations and DMPs, and all of a sudden Doug McDermott is a six-man, like weird. It's been all over the place. What the guy do is start that 5 the rest of the season. No matter what happens, what game, you stick to that starting lineup, bro, for the rest of the season, bro. It'll accomplish a lot. You'll have a bigger sample size to make better decisions in the off season. You see what I'm saying? You won't be able to say that guy didn't get a chance. You give it to him now, and that's the best you can do at this point. So.
Dwayne, thank you so much for the call. Yeah, I mean, we're on the same page there. Now, as of now, I am totally opposed to Russell Westbrook being a Sacramento King next season.
Yeah,
I am. I'm completely
you are.
against it because I don't have any reason to believe that Russell Westbrook is going to be any different next season than what he is this season because that's who Russ is.
Yeah.
And I am not selfish enough or I am not unself-aware enough to expect Russell Westbrook to change for the Sacramento Kings, regardless of what aspect of his career he's at and regardless of what the future of the Sacramento Kings looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Fundamentally, to me, Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings do not make sense together at this point, in my mind. Now, I understand all of the leadership stuff. I know firsthand how respected Russ is in that locker room. I know it. I know it. But until I can see that Russell Westbrook when Russ plays, it fits with what the Kings are doing and doesn't stick out like a sore thumb to where I believe the Kings are going, why would I sign up for that? I'm not there.
Let me add to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love Westbrook. I really do. But look, I don't think they need him on the team next year. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to move in a direction where you're slowly figuring things out. And it'd be stupid for me to come on here when I have been all about, like, first of all, getting rid of these massive veteran contracts. Mm-hmm. But I know he doesn't have a huge contract.
He's a league minimum.
He's a league minimum. But he is a veteran that I just think at some point you've got to start removing bodies.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I don't think that's all happening next year. So if you can remove a body easily that doesn't have a big contract and you can just wipe your hands clean, I think you got to do it. And that's nothing against Russ. It's just like this team needs to move forward in what their ideal thinking is for the future. He was signed here because they thought they would be somewhat competitive.
Yep.
And he was a point guard, which they needed.
Yep.
Again, I don't agree with both guys coming in. That's besides my point. He does not need to be here next year. It doesn't work.
I was going to add one point because I'm not saying they shouldn't bring Russ back next year, but I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing Russ back next year. Only for this point is that Doug McDermott and Drew Eubanks and potentially Precious Achiuwa, if he gets a better offer, are going to be probably not on the team next year, which opens up some of the roster spots that you're talking about. Now, they're going to have a first-round pick this year, 2 seconds. Young players are going to come in and fill those roster spots that are going to be vacated.
Right.
With the Russ part specifically, if you bring that in, we won't know until years from now how much his leadership and him fitting the Scott Perry pillars, because Scott mentioned that when they first signed him, is like he is the archetype that we want to fit our 6 pillars. And if he feels like that is going to help the impact of Neek, Maxime, the 2 second-round picks next year, potentially Dylan Cardwell, in terms of their work ethic and their picking his brain for some insight about their careers, maybe that is useful. Where I struggle is we won't see those results right now. We'll see that in 3 or 4 years once those guys are either quality NBA players and still fitting a rotation. And I look at it if Scott believes that this is helpful and if those guys are giving you the feedback, we really respect and love Russ in the locker room, on-court stuff, I get all the reasons why to not bring him back. But if the people in your organization are giving you feedback that we want him back, I feel like you should listen to them.
Do you know what you left out, though, in that explanation when you were talking about next year's crop of young talent? I don't think you did you do this subconsciously or did you do this on purpose?
I don't know where you're going yet.
You did not talk about the top pick.
Yeah.
You talked about the second round talent. You talked about the guys that are currently on this roster.
That have learned from him, by the way.
Yeah.
This year.
But that's my point. Who you're bringing in is going to be looked at as the face of the franchise. He is going to have the green light, whether he deserves it or not. That's your role here in Sacramento, my friend, because that's what we need, right? And coaches will say, coach speak, oh, it's a good problem to have so many guys that love the ball in their hands. Yeah, for a good team, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
For a bad team, it's not. And until I believe otherwise, I don't think DeMar DeRozan's going anywhere. Domantas Sabonis is more than likely going to still be in his team on this team. And where do we talk about Domantas being at his best? When you run the offense through Sabonis. So the ball is in his hands. He's facilitating. So if AJ DeBonsa is here, or Darren Peterson, or whoever it is that you want is here, and we know who Russ is as a player, plus who Zach LaVine is as a player, because he probably ain't going anywhere. Whether DeMar DeRozan is here or not, you just add him to the pile. The more ball-dominant vets you have on this team, the more likely it is that that rookie is not going to have the opportunity and the green light that he should have to introduce himself to the NBA as the star that the Sacramento Kings are looking for. I don't put that all on Russell Westbrook by any means. It has to do with all of the vets. But the one thing the Kings can't control is that Russ ain't under contract next year. All those other ones are.
Right.
So why would you bring Russ back? Even if you got rid of DeRozan, even if you traded him, why would you bring Russ back? Still have LaVine, still have Sabonis. You have the same problem.
So I was in the kitchen yesterday talking with my sister-in-law, who's from Sacramento, grew up a Kings fan since she was little. And I said, they've got a lot of work to do next summer. And it made me in the time when I was saying this to her and explaining like the things that need to happen next summer for Scott Perry, it made me exhausted. It made me have a bit of anxiety. My point being, why put more stress? Why put one more thing that you got to take care of or figure out or have Doug Perry or
there it is.
There I go, baby. I knew it was going to happen. It had been too long.
Into the jar.
Or put, Doug Christie in position to have to make these decisions as well with lineups on an everyday night. If you could just figure out one little thing, and it's not that hard to figure out.
Just take one thing off his plate.
You've got to start making it easier, Scott Perry, on himself. Like, whatever your decision is. We can't have all these log jams in decision-making during the summer.
Don't you feel like it would be communicated, though, to Russ how this is going to go if he wanted to come back? And I get Russ is Russ, and when he gets on the floor, he's going to play like Russ. Understand that point. But, like, if they get Darren Peterson or Kingston Fleming, they're obviously going to explain, like, hey, this guy's going to play 30 to 35 minutes. You got 10 to 15 in you, and you're probably closer to a Drew Eubanks role than you are to a starting point guard role. And if Russ says, like, great, I don't want to come back for that, then they go their separate ways. Don't you feel like that's part of the conversation over the summer?
The point is, though, that role that you're talking about, I've never seen him play it. So why would I believe it's... Now, you have a chance to show me that for the rest of this season. And believe me, if I see Russ come off the bench for the rest of the season and it works...
Sure.
Now I'm on board.
But I feel like that's asking a lot from Russ.
That's asking Russ to be something that he's never really been for a really, really bad team on one hand. And, like, I haven't seen it. Everything that I've seen is... I'm Russell Westbrook. Give me the ball. I'm a Hall of Famer. Watch what I can do. And I don't blame Russ for being that way because that's who he is. But expecting that to be different and signing him to another year with the hope that, well, now we've got another rookie in here, Russ. Now you're going to do it, right?
I mean, he should just become an assistant coach. Right. And I know Kyle kind of like joked about it. No, I'm kind of serious. Like, maybe at this point, but again, that's Russ. You can't tell a future Hall of Famer to go settle and be a coach.
Yeah, Russ wants to play.
Right?
Russ wants to play. He's got a lot more in the tank. I remember when Jason Anderson asked him if this was it, and he gave a classic Russ face.
Of course not.
Russ wants to keep playing, and I don't blame him for that whatsoever. The Kings cannot expect Russell Westbrook to change for them. That would be just silly to do so. We will take the break. If you want to jump in on this Russell Westbrook conversation, you can absolutely do so. The phone lines are still open for you. Plus, Why don't we hear from Fernando Mendoza? He spoke at the NFL Combine. Plus, we have Kayla's 2-minute drill taking us through all the top stories happening in football today. Chris Watkins joins us in studio at 1 o'clock. It's Friday on Sactown Sports.
At Elk Grove Honda, you can drive a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport and enjoy a tradition begun with the first Accord in 1976. Ask about the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
Happy Friday. I'm meteorologist Ophelia Young from the KCRA3 Weather Center. Enjoy another warm day as temperatures climb to highs near 72 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Temperatures drop to upper 50s after dinner. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Planet Fitness has everything you need, anytime the motivation hits. So you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Join Sactown Sports Downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In-Shape Fitness Kings Rally towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing, mechanical bulls, and food trucks. Make it a lucky night out of live country music and dancing for your crew. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Bar None Auction, Sky River Casino, and Trex Decking and Railing. More info at CITPFest.com.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
The San Francisco Giants and LA Dodgers are going at it in spring training in Scottsdale, and this stadium is packed.
I'd love to see that at spring training.
And the Giants are up 1-0 because Willy Adames just took Yamamoto yard.
Wow. Let's go.
It was a low outside pitch, too, and he got it out there. That's exciting.
Love spring training's happening.
Baseball is on the way, my friends. And before we hear from Fernando Mendoza, future quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. Why don't we hear from... Thank you. Why don't we hear from Rick really quick, who wants to wrap up this Russell Westbrook conversation that we were having. What up, Rick? How are you?
Hey, guys, great. Listen, I proposed about midseason that Russell Westbrook should be traded, not because he wasn't good, but because he's preventing the other players from developing. And I'm going to defend him now. He's the only one you could depend on right now. And we're kind of at a point in time. Doug Christie and Scott Perry have gotten a free ride, and I don't care what the pillars are. There's a certain point in time that you have to start producing. And we're getting that window to close where these young players aren't having enough time to show development. And, every time you go to the next level in any sport, it's so much faster, so much quicker, that these guys are just not getting the time to develop. What do the Kings have? Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Rick, thank you so much for the call. I mean, I'm a little confused because I agree with what he said, but why is that an argument for? I think I missed a point with Rick.
I think I was kind of on the same. I was trying to follow that too. I think what he meant at the beginning, he was like, okay, we want to see the youth develop, so we don't need Russ because he's kind of clogging the lanes. And then I think he's maybe just saying like the youth right now hasn't developed at the speed maybe that we would have liked it to develop, and so he doesn't feel like maybe not having Rust. I mean, then it's just boring basketball. It's not. I don't know. That's about as much as I could bring it together because I think he's He's like fine with Russ being here the rest of the season.
Yeah, it sounds like because he said Russ you can rely on.
Yeah,
which you can.
And that's part of it is these young guns, like they're still learning, and every game is probably going to be a little bit different because they're young and
there will be growing pains.
Yeah, they're trying to learn. So it is kind of a hard thing to be a fan right now in the middle.
Max also wants in on this conversation. What up, Max?
What's going on, guys? I got to agree with you, Matt. I like Russell Westbrook. We need to clear that spot, though. I love DeMar DeRozan. We need to clear that spot, though. I want to see more 10-day contracts. I want to see us taking shots and looking places where other people aren't looking. Now's the time. We're not going to be relevant next season either. This is the time to shoot our shot and try things a little different.
Yeah.
Max, thank you so much for the call. Yeah, if you have nothing but time at this point.
But there's some people that still want to see winning or trying.
For sure.
And I get both sides. Like, I'm more on his side. I think you are too. But there are people that do want to see
100%
wins.
And entertaining basketball,
basketball.
Freddie Gallman here in the YouTube chat line says, shocking. Fans want to, I can say it. Fans want a damn win every now and then over development.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you got both last night. You got a win that was fun with development. Mm-hmm. That's the best win you could possibly get right now. That's my point.
Also, neither strategy is a bad strategy. It's why Scott Perry himself is kind of figuring out, which is the best way to go.
Where do I fully commit to? Just commit to one. Well, I imagine the Las Vegas Raiders are all but committed to Fernando Mendoza. He spoke at the NFL Combine, and of course, he was asked about meeting with the Raiders.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a formal interview with the Las Vegas Raiders. It was a fantastic interview. The coaching staff was in there. We went over some of my previous plays, drew some plays on the board. Thought it was a great meeting. And I know they had the prospective number one pick, but anything could happen in the draft. I'm just excited for the opportunity, and whatever team drafts me, I'm going to give everything I got to them.
So this is one thing that I have been told by several people that they do when they meet with you. One of the first things they do is they will say, this is the play, go draw it up, or here's the draw, what do you do? That is one of the main things, especially with the quarterback position.
Yeah.
They did it with C.J. Stroud, and C.J. at the time was getting a lot of heat for the IQ test that he took and how it was really low, which also was a kind of debate on that whole thing being accurate.
That's kind of weird.
But they were impressed with what he was able to do in terms of reading defenses when they wrote out. And that's obviously why he went where he went. And so the whole whatever litmus test or whatever he took, didn't matter. Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of what they're asked to do right away.
Well, the questions about the Raiders continued again. Everyone knows where he's going. Fernando talked about his first impression of Clint Kubiak.
They're very football savvy. Which is great to see. They taught me a play, and they had their whole progression of how they teach your quarterbacks to play. And it was very similar how my Indiana progression was. I'm a very type A guy, and they had all the details of each play. What to do if you get a problem with each play. What to drop. What's your progression. And that's something that I really enjoy.
God, he sounds like Tom Brady.
You know,
Like not
he
like
does.
in the just he sounds like Tom Brady.
I didn't even think about that. Like, I'm not looking at him. So he does distract me sometimes with how he is in interviews. And he's actually gotten better since even the end of last year.
Yeah.
He was always like very direct in the camera and like wouldn't look at the reporters, would like look directly at the camera.
Yeah.
He's like settled down a little, but now that I'm not seeing him and distracted by that, I'm picking up on
He
the
sounds like
Tom
Tom.
Brady voice.
He sounds like Tom. Didn't he speak on? We don't have it in
He
here.
did
but
speak
didn't he
on
speak
Tom
about
Brady. I put it in there, but it was like it was a hard one to listen to. Like you couldn't hear it very well. But he did speak on Tom Brady and just his appreciation of him being the GOAT and the best to ever do it.
And potentially just
Patrick Mahomes coming for him.
Yeah, potentially working with him. Of course, Kyle would put
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, you got a ways to go, Pat.
I mean, Pat's better than him, but you can't win 7 Super Bowls in 7 years. Oh, it took Brady 21.
It is kind of a feat when you were like the what round quarterback? What round were you drafted?
It was pick 199. It was that 6th round.
I swear, if Brady and Mahomes becomes the new Jordan, LeBron,
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm not doing
No,
that.
thanks.
I'm not
rather do
doing
literally anything else with my time. Here is Fernando talking about why he chose the sport of football.
As a child, you kind of get thrown into the fire. You get thrown into all these different sports. But I believe the thing that made football so special to me was the strategy of the game, the way that you really had to combine with your teammates for a positive result. Football's not a one-man game. It's in tackle football, it's an 11-man game. At that point, I was playing flag football, which is like a 5-man game. And at that point, combined with the strategy, because if you're not the smartest, you can still outwill your way in physical. If you're not the fastest, you can always be smart and and have good instincts. And there's just so many different angles that you can be successful in, and I just love the variety in that. If you see all the NFL superstars, there's no cookie cutter mold that you need to be.
I love him.
I'm very distracted by his voice because that sounded like a different microphone, and now it sounds like he was from Los Angeles.
Well, because I think part of it is it's on speaker, or there's speakers when they're speaking at the podium.
Yeah.
So they're it's kind of a little echoey. So each one's a little different compared to where the reporter is holding the mic. So these are from different reporters.
Did it not sound like he was on a beach in
broing
LA?
out?
It's like I got thrown into the fire.
Well, he is from Miami.
Play it
He
one more
is
time.
from Miami.
Just play a snippet of it.
As a child, you kind of get thrown into the fire.
As
Yeah,
a child,
he
you kind of
does.
get flown in
Yeah.
the fire. I caught a gnarly wave.
Like Hang 10, man.
Hey.
As a child, you kind of get thrown into the fire.
Yeah, touchdown Raiders, yeah.
Well, he did play at Berkeley, too.
For one thing that I will say about this, he just talked about, you don't have to have everything to be a successful NFL player. Like, you got to have smarts. You could have okay talent, or you can have, great talent and maybe not the biggest smarts.
Yeah.
Like, he's right about that. I look at him like he's not the greatest athlete, but, he's strong. He plays the game hard, and the thing with him is he's smart.
Yeah.
And for a quarterback, you want that.
Well, according to him, he's obsessed with the details.
I would say because the margins are so small, and if you really obsess over the small details, it gives you the small edge, and then you're able to jump, and you're able to improve, and able to get better than the competition, especially when you're talking about nutrition, for example, or your discipline. And if you're disciplined and you really stay consistent, then you're going to be able to rise to the rankings. And I think that's something that I really prided myself on, whether it's at Cal, whether it's at Indiana, and all the, you can't really listen to social media, but all the national quarterback rankings. I think I was the 134th quarterback, or coming out of my own class in high school. And so I was raw. I mean, that was a true ranking. I was a raw prospect. I was terrible. And, and so it's all about small wins every day and all about discipline.
That's my quarterback.
I'm telling you.
That's my quarterback.
I hope he has a really successful career, but when he is done, that man need to go into coaching.
Offensive line,
He needs to
protect
go
that
into
man.
coaching.
Protect that man. Don't get him killed. We'll take the
I'm
break.
rooting for him.
When we come back, more football on the way because it's time for Kayla's
Ooh, let's go.
2-minute drill. Coming up next.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at pepsipromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of PepsiCo Inc.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
When the final buzzer sounds, the action keeps going with the Sactown Sports Live event calendar. March 15th, rock legends Jefferson Starship take the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento, bringing decades of classic hits and high-energy performance. Then, March 20th through the 22nd, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live storms into the Cal Expo grandstands with massive trucks, big air, and edge-of-your-seat thrills the whole family will love. April 18th, international comedy star Russell Peters delivers a night of sharp, non-stop laughs at Thunder Valley. On May 1st, the iconic James Taylor performs live at Tahoe Blue Event Center for an evening of timeless songs and unforgettable moments. Friday, June 12th, country star Keith Urban brings his electrifying live show to the Nugget Event Center in Reno. And on August 16th, Kane Brown takes over Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys for a summer night packed with chart-topping country hits, concerts, comedy, and can't miss live entertainment. Find your next big event now on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar.
The winter service event is on at Maida Subaru. Now is the time to let Maida Subaru get your Subaru road ready for the winter weather with exceptional savings on tires, brakes, wiper blades, and more. See all the service specials at MaidaSubaru.com.
Get ready, Sacramento. The Sacramento Boat Show and Big RV Show is taking over Cal Expo, March 5th through March 8th. It's 2 huge shows, 1 massive event. Don't miss it. Get details now at 2hugeshows.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, good friend of the show, legend of Sactown Sports, Chris Watkins will join us in studio. Very curious to hear his thoughts on last night's Kings game. Plus, that's him.
There it is.
Plus, we'll get him involved in this Russell Westbrook conversation that we've been having today. And Chris also has been one of our resident scouts when it comes to talent. He's seen a few guys, Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer in particular, play in person when they played at Berkeley earlier this year. Curious if he's changed his perspective or what he's thought of the latest from this draft class. So Chris Watkins will join us at 1 o'clock, but he's got to wait his turn because right now it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill.
That's right. It's that time of the day. We're going to recap the biggest headlines in the NFL. And we're sticking with a lot that's happened at the Combine this week in Indianapolis. Starting with Combine style. That is right. Ohio State linebacker Sonny Styles just oohed and awed everyone yesterday during his measurements and some of the drills that they did. But specifically, he had a 43.5-inch vertical jump that was just taking everybody by storm. He, by the way, was the highest by an off-ball linebacker at the Combine. With that, since 2003, one of the biggest ones ever in terms of vert was Cameron Wake. He had like a 45.5 vert. So yeah, you're like, oh, okay, what does that mean? That doesn't mean much. The point is, though, the man is a freak athlete, and at the linebacker position, like, you can't just not take any of those measurements or some of those things under account. So I don't know. Did he help himself? He's supposed to be a top 10 pick. I think, the more you impress with some of this stuff and you're already like a top 10 pick, it could be a deciding factor between this team and this team maybe moving up.
Okay, Kayla, but how long are his arms?
I don't know the arm.
Are his arms long enough?
They're not short.
Is he part of short arm gate?
They're definitely not short. But these are the types of things, like, if you actually go and look at the video of him doing this, it's pretty incredible. He also ran a 4.46 40-yard dash. So the guy's athletic. We'll just say that. And he comes out of Ohio State, which they just kind of breed National Football League players there.
There is nothing that gives washed-up athlete sports fans more false confidence than watching players do the vertical test and going, I could have reached that.
I could have reached that. What are they doing?
That's nothing. I could get, and then you're like, you do it, and you're like, eh.
Right. And especially like when you're really like a bigger body doing that and getting that jump, and it's just incredible. So that was impressive. Next topic, not the center of attention.
Nice.
All right, so what happened here, guys, is this is a little weird right now. There's been two teams that have released their starting centers.
Uh-huh.
It started off 2 days ago with the Titans releasing Lloyd Cushenberry, who is only finishing up his second year with the Tennessee Titans. He actually had an injury in that first year, torn Achilles. Second year, just it takes a while to come back. Wasn't great last year at center for Cam Ward, and they said, be gone. Like, they got rid of him. They cut him. So they're in search of a center. Who that will be, I don't know. Tyler Linderbaum is on the market. He's probably the most popular one from the Baltimore Ravens right now.
He's going to get a lot of money.
He's going to get a lot of money, but there's another one on the market. Commanders starting center Tyler Biadasz has been cut as of yesterday. So Tyler is a starting center. He's been cut. They're saving about 2.8 or 9 in cap. And that he started in all 31 games the past 2 seasons. So they kind of have to figure out somebody at center now. So it's a little interesting, like some of the moves these teams are making early on, because it's not just like some position you can go and grab somebody. But there's a lot of guys on the free agency market.
Yeah, the center position is such a unique athletic ability. You have to be concise. You have to be
very important for your
accurate,
quarterback.
You have to be able to communicate. And it's not just, all right, let me snap the ball, now my job is done.
Yeah.
In the same motion, now I got to stand up and I got to block right away.
Right.
Centers are basically at a disadvantage almost every snap naturally because of the time it takes for them to get into the block compared to as a defender. Now, granted, the center controls the movement, so they get to start all the action. But as the defender, as soon as he moves, I'm going.
Yeah.
So, the center position is fascinating to me.
It's underrated in some ways because the quarterback and the center are best friends, right? They talk all the time.
They're certainly close.
During the week, they are close. I mean, it's right on his booty.
I get what Matt did.
Also, it's the leader of the line.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the times the center is the leader of the line, and you just can't take that for granted. So they got to figure some things out for those two quarterbacks in Washington and Tennessee.
Oh, this sounds really good for Baltimore.
Well, yeah.
You're going to lose your starting center, and there's 2 Pro Bowl centers on the market now.
Exactly. And someone's going to pay Linderbaum, that's for sure. Just what team's going to do it, I don't know yet. Picking the tag. He didn't probably want it to happen, but Dallas Cowboys, per Jory Epstein, who actually reported it first of Yahoo Sports, they say they will use the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Look, it's probably not what he wanted to hear.
Nope.
He wants a new deal that's going to pay him a pretty penny, but I get what Dallas is doing here. Gives him a little more time. Maybe another thing like, okay, prove you can do it another season.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they can't get a deal done by, what is it, July 15th? But I don't probably see them coming to a deal this year. I think they'll wait 1 year. But they say they want him to be there. I mean, he had 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, and 9 TDs last year. Like, he proved he was a great receiver for them.
I understand the players don't like it, but I feel like Pickens' situation is exactly what the franchise tag was created for. It's like,
it is.
Can you show me you can do it again before the long commitment is coming?
Right. And I get it.
Yeah.
It's maybe the one thing I actually understand as an owner or a GM that doesn't benefit the player.
Right.
But it makes sense for the organization.
It's the one last test ride before, and it's a significant financial investment. It's a 1 year pretty hefty payday.
Heck yeah,
so you're paying for the right to not have the long-term commitment.
Right.
But
by the way, just as a reference, so between CeeDee Lamb and now George Pickens, the Cowboys are going to pay $66 million for those two positions, for that position group. Not a single team is paying their quarterback $66 million per year.
Yikes.
You know who's number one? The Dallas Cowboys, who are paying Dak Prescott $60 million.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Well, he's got 2 targets.
Dak has nothing to complain about.
2 very expensive targets.
That's
$125 million for the 3 of them.
They just need to figure out their
Jerry
defense.
Jones got a deep pocket.
Exactly. And finally, how about just a straight up swap? Just this for this. Doesn't happen that often. Definitely doesn't happen that often early on before the actual start of the new league year, which is March 11th. So it can't be made final, or I guess it can't be made official till then. But 2 positions of the same sort, defensive end and defensive tackle, I should say. So different positions, but on the line, have been made. So not Lloyd Cushenberry. I'm off my game here. T'Vondre Sweat of the Tennessee Titans has been traded cleanly for Jermaine Johnson of the New York Jets.
Straight up.
And it's crazy because it's pretty much because Robert Saleh is now the head coach of the Titans. And he wanted a better fit for him in his scheme of the defense. And so it made more sense for Johnson to come over there. And T'Vondre benefits more from where he's going with the Jets in a 3-4 type of system. And it just kind of worked out nicely for both of them.
Yeah.
Like, T'Vondre's a little younger, okay, and he's, Johnson's going to need a new deal in a year. But when it comes to system fit, it kind of makes sense, and it's really rare for that kind of clean swap to happen.
It's fundamentally what a trade is supposed to be. We always talk about winners and losers in trades.
Right.
A trade, in theory, at its core, is supposed to be, this isn't working for me, it should work for you. You're giving me something that isn't working for you that works for me. A win-win trade should be the norm. We just don't see it very often.
And I love it because of all the details we get in trades and all the confusing things that we have to deal with. I'm like, this is nice sometimes, like getting a straight trade. That's the 2-minute drill.
What y'all don't see is the rigorous notes that Kayla takes and references and has in front of her for all these topics. And what you didn't see earlier is that they were soaking wet and dripping earlier when she spilled her water on them. Or your water bottle leaked?
My water bottle leaked in my bag.
Spill number 6.
They survived.
They did.
They survived, and the 2-minute drill lives on. Coming up next, Chris Watkins, our very own Chris Watkins of Sactown Sports, joins us to start the final hour of the week, at least for us. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Co-hosts of the wildly popular Bad Friends podcast, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Wow, I can't even believe that this is real right now.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like this is a scam. It's going to explode on you.
No. Live Saturday, March 14th, the venue at Thunder Valley.
Do you know what the three colors on the Irish flag stand for?
What?
The hair, the skin, the soul.
Oh, is that what liquor does to your soul?
Yeah, turns you green.
Buy tickets now. Visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Oh, this is like...
That's top notch.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
And
Thursday, March 5th. Happening from Thursday, March 5th through Sunday, March 8th at Cal Expo. We're looking for lucky caller number 3 at 916-339-1140 to win a pair of tickets to the Sacramento Boat Show and Big RV Show. Again, that's caller number 3 at 916-339-1140. We're waiting for our good friend Chris Watkins. He's going to be joining us in studio. He got stuck in traffic, so if you're in Chris Watkins' way, move!
You know what's funny? I feel like Fridays here, the traffic starts at
people stop
noon.
working at 1 on Fridays.
It's really weird.
Getting stuck in traffic. Who is he? Brennan Nunez?
I don't get the bit.
Wait.
Brennan's always late because he's always in traffic.
Well, Brennan and I we come from the same area. We
you
come
guys
from
are in the same
Roseville.
area. Okay.
Step your game up, Brennan.
No, this is a perennial joke.
Brennan.
Every time Brennan comes on, it's like, oh, Brennan's late. Brennan's
Just
in
a running
traffic.
bit.
Come on, Brendan.
Well, we won't do that to Chris because that's usually not the
Chris is, trust me, he's hustling. He's always hustling. And honestly, we're the reason he's late, by the way, because Chris also does a lot of the social media and stuff for our show. So he was cutting a segment.
Very true.
So it's literally our fault that he's late to our show.
And he actually put together, if you guys forgot, he put together Whitey's
the music video.
Music video.
Yep.
And I was here that whole day after the show, as many of us were. And he was putting that thing together till the end. It was impressive.
People don't understand how much Chris does for this freaking station.
It's very impressive.
People
So
do not understand.
go watch that on YouTube and give him a little credit.
Yeah. He also edited Double Down. So if you don't like that, give him the pass,
I'm on
okay?
Double Down. By the way, George Pickens is
Baby, I'm a double down.
official. Franchise tag. Official just now.
Hey,
So,
dinner's on George.
yep.
George has got a ton of money. Well, hey, in addition to Kings basketball, Kings-Lakers on Sunday, there's plenty of good college basketball on for us this weekend.
I know. I'm excited.
Number 11, Virginia, taking on number 1, Duke. Cam Boozer back in action.
Booze.
Darren Peterson and Kansas taking on Arizona.
Round 2.
Round
Will he play?
2. I imagine.
Will he play?
I imagine he
he
will.
better.
Colorado taking on number 5, Houston.
They need a win.
That's Kingston Flemings, of course. And my boy,
Your boy.
AJ DeBonsa. And number 19, BYU, taking on West Virginia.
Mountain Mama. Take me home.
Country roads. Nice.
Yep.
I see what you
See
did
what
there.
I did there?
Yep. I see what you did there. Hey,
Good slate, though.
while we're waiting for Chris to make his way in here, I saw this perspective. I can't remember. Actually, you know what? It was Chris Biederman yesterday on our show that gave this perspective that I thought was really interesting. And interesting, I don't want to call it a spin, but just a different perspective on Darren Peterson's situation.
Oh, that's right, because we had asked about has he watched any of these prospects.
Yeah. His perspective on Darren Peterson, and again, this is just the difference of thought process. Glass half full, glass half empty. His perspective is if we found out in the pre-draft process that Darren Peterson is actually pretty hurt and has every reason to shut it down, but is choosing to try to play through it because he wants to try and help Kansas win. How would that change your perspective on Darren Peterson?
Yeah.
I will say, before we dive into this conversation, it's a fair conversation to have. I'm not subscribing to this thought process based off of what we've seen.
Right.
But that's an interesting perspective that hasn't really been discussed, I feel, enough around Darren.
Yeah, and I think when Biederman brought this up, he made it clear, this isn't something he knows.
Right. It could be the perspective.
Right. It could be a perspective, and it's one he's kind of maybe looking at as something he's subscribed to, because everybody kind of has their reasoning for why they like him or they don't. But it is one that you have to take into account that later down the line when he's speaking to these teams, look, no one's going to get past these NBA front offices in terms of what really happened there. When Darren goes and talks to them and things are exposed, the Kings have already gone and talked to all the other people in the college realms, like you said, players, coach. So they're going to know the real deal. They're going to know what happened there, what truly happened there.
Right.
Darren can't hide behind anything.
Right.
So if that is what we find out, which we probably will down the road when his season's done, that he was actually pretty injured and he just wanted to go and play and he tried as much as he could to go out there and play, then I will go back a little bit on my thoughts on the red flags on him as a player in terms of him loving basketball and wanting to be out there.
Right.
But I will reserve that for later down the road when those things actually come out.
Yeah. I feel like his head coach, Coach Self, wouldn't be saying the things that he's been saying if that were the case. I feel like we wouldn't have these clips and stories of him asking to be checked out, or that famous spying on the guy at the scorer's table that was texting what he was texting. I just
forgot about that one.
I don't fully subscribe to it, but it is a fair perspective to talk about because I feel like that hasn't been discussed enough, and we don't want someone to be dragged through the mud for something when they're not getting the full context. But you're 100% right. The truth will be revealed. The truth will come out in the interview process. And that might stay behind closed doors and we might never, ever, ever be privy to it. But let's put it this way. If Scott Perry drafts Darren Peterson, Scott Perry is going to have a pretty good confidence level that this will be, it's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
So we have to have that trust, at least in that sense.
I'm not going to question Scott Perry if he does that. I'm really not. As much as I've said about Darren Peterson, I don't know all the real information, which I believe Scott will. And 11 North said it's also been rumored, and I brought this up last week, that he's shutting himself down because some of the NIL payments haven't been distributed to him. And yes, that is going around. And yes, there are people that have kind of caught wind of that. So there could be some truth to that as well.
Yeah, that would be pretty slimy.
Which then it's
not
like
for him.
No, but for some of these teams and these college programs, this is happening. It happened down in Florida with the quarterback a couple years ago. They never gave him the promised money. So there is some of that going around, even at well-known programs.
Two things we need to address here really quick that are completely off topic. Number one, shout out to Brendan Nunez. He's in our comment section saying, listen, I've been better over the last month, okay?
Love it.
About arriving on time. But also,
That's awesome.
shouldn't you be waiting to be on your other favorite show? Because I asked for Brendan if he wanted to come on this morning as well. Didn't hear back because he was busy doing other stuff. So then we made sure we got Chris. And then Brendan gets back to me. I'm like, well, we can both come in together. And he goes, the Drive guys asked me, so I'm going to go on with the Drive guys. So Brendan could have been on the show today, but he's just going to go hang out with his favorite show, the Drive guys,
Larry
apparently.
Styles' agent title has now taken over. Now he's just signing,
it's crazy.
everybody.
Well,
over
sounds to me like
Drive
Chris
guys.
Watkins was your second choice.
No, Chris Watkins is always my first choice. I just bother Chris enough with stuff to do that if I can give him the break from me, I will gladly give that to him because Chris literally never stops working. And then when he does stop working, I bother him to play video games.
Or he goes and plays in his volleyball league.
Yes.
By the way, he won. Congratulations.
The GOAT.
Congratulations.
I want to see the ring. You better have a ring on, Chris. I know you're listening. You better have the ring on when you show up. Yeah, champion of volleyball. Other thing we have to address, we're having this great conversation about Darren Peterson. I watched Whitey Gleason come in and give Kyle food.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I've been starving this whole show.
Yeah, no, walks in, he's got a bag of something from somewhere, and he's like giving Kyle food.
It's Popeyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it, Kayla?
Well, I'll take something. I'm starving.
Thanks for the text, Whitey.
No,
Crazy.
it's
What
not
is it?
that.
Wait,
sounds like it's that.
what
Looks
is
like it's
it?
that to me.
No, okay. You're putting Whitey's business out here now. So,
is it weird?
Okay, so Whitey walked in the building, and Jay Woods, who has worked on this show before, he's down in promotions, he fills in with us. He had food, and he offered it to Whitey, and Whitey doesn't eat during shows, but he wanted to be polite, and so he took the food, and he tried a little bit of the sandwich, and there's fried pickles back here, too. So Whitey walked in and said, hey, I have this food, do you want it? And I said, I already ate, but I will be polite and take it because otherwise it's going to go in the trash. Because Whitey, or he was going to offer it to Alan, but I took it before Alan.
Well, these two hawks will eat it.
So now it's going to go from here right
Look at
into the
Matt.
studio.
Matt goes.
And the point is we ain't getting none of it.
Yeah, Matt.
Watch, I'll bring it to you right now, Kayla.
No.
You want it?
He
Here.
brought us cucumbers
Yeah.
today, which were fabulous, by the way. Eat that last
I'm
one.
being a jerk
We've
about
been healthy on this
I'm
show.
being a jerk about not sharing food while I'm eating food that Kyle literally brought into the show.
That I've been bringing all week, graciously.
No, that's awesome, Kyle. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Fruit and veggies.
Yeah, more please.
Exactly.
Yeah, where's that veggie platter, Matt, you said you would bring in on Friday?
You know, I thought about this morning,
Next week.
and then I forgot.
Okay, next week.
You thought about it and then didn't do it.
We're fine. Next week.
All right,
what
here.
up? What up, Chris?
You got some fried pickles coming at you.
Chris Watkins is in the building.
I was looking at his shirt. Wait, is
Yeah?
that who I
It's
think
great
it-
for the radio
Is that who I think it is, by the way?
Depends who you think it is.
It looked like Tupac.
It is Tupac.
Yes! My
Boy.
favorite
I should probably
rapper
take
of
this
all
off then.
time.
Boy, if you had gotten that
That's
wrong.
freaking hot. Oh, no.
I guess I did kind of
That's-
unintentionally
it was-
put you on the hot seat there.
Yeah, no, but I couldn't. It was like kind of covered, so I was like, I think that's Tupac.
No, you're
but
good.
that's
Yes,
cool.
it's
He's wearing
Tupac. He's got an
Oakland
A's
A's.
jersey. It says from Oakland to Sactown.
I like that.
Chris, biggest
the team.
bigger honor, being on this show or winning a volleyball championship?
Well, whatever wasn't being on this show. Yeah, no, winning the volleyball championship, absolutely. What are we talking about?
Oh.
I just get Popeye's hand delivered. What is this show?
First off,
what
you're
does this
welcome.
time slot become? I leave for 2 years, and this is what happens.
Listen, man.
Jeez. Are those Frickles? Some
Those
fried
are-
pickles?
Yeah, you want some?
Can you say
Like
that
I
on
was
the
like,
radio?
no, Frickles? Come on.
Can you say that on the radio?
Absolutely.
Who scored the winning point?
This is warm. This is crazy.
Who scored the winning point of?
I actually think it was me.
Of course it was.
Of course.
I actually do think it was me.
He's like actually he's like, wait, I did.
Yeah, I'll say it's me. I mean, no
Yeah.
one's
Why
gonna
not?
refute it was me.
No.
You ever see Chase Budinger? That's about the best I got in terms of basketball, volleyball crossover. Luke Walton, apparently really good.
He was.
Really
Yeah, him,
good.
Yep.
Luke Walton, Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye. They play in,
Yes.
I think, Santa Monica every
Yeah, 'cause
year in
they
the
all
beach
went to
ball
U of
tournament.
A.
Yeah.
And U
yes.
of A is like
oh my gosh.
The Walton family,
For some reason,
apparently.
beach volleyball.
I think Luke Walton's wife is huge volleyball player. Like I think the Walton family is all like volleyball stars too.
Yep.
Pretty sure. I learned
Fantastic.
that. Pretty sure I learned
I
that.
Not
love
great
volleyball.
coaches, but shout out Bill.
But everything else, you know.
Did Bill ever coach?
That
No.
was good.
Great broadcaster for the Kings though.
Great broadcaster in general.
Great broadcaster.
One of the
Go.
maybe my favorite.
He used to go biking by my house all the time. It was fun.
There we go.
See?
See?
So there you go.
Every day.
You know?
What'd you learn about the Kings?
That it's possible to win 2 games in a row. Or
Well,
not 2 in a game.
2
Well,
out of
2
3.
out of 3,
Yeah,
but I mean, you know,
all right,
it's possible
I'll
to
take
see
it.
2 beams in the span of, what was it, 4 days, 3 days?
Yeah.
That was an interesting lesson. I mean, yeah, besides that, not really much. I mean, I still am kind of, waiting to get my final stamps on if I think Maxime has played well and things like that, but I still don't know if I'm 100% ready to say, like, this guy is absolutely going to be a 8 to 10 year NBA veteran.
Sure.
I think I'm getting closer to getting there, but feels like I haven't quite, like, say, like, I want to say I've learned that yet. And I would say the same to Neek, too. Like, Neek has played well at different moments, but I don't know if I would definitely say, like, this guy could play on 30 NBA teams. I think he can play on this one right now.
But the way you learn that is by seeing them play. And that's what we got last night. We got to see them play. We got to see them close out a game. I know wins aren't necessarily the best thing, and there is a chance with some of the games that they have coming up and the opponents that they have, especially coming into the Golden One Center during the month of March. There is a chance that maybe they could start winning a little too much.
Yeah, I think I counted it out, and there's, like, I would say 9 winnable games or, like, 9 games where it's like I could see that being a W.
Yeah.
And there's, 21 games left. So.
Listen, if you're going to win a game, you want to win it on the backs of your young guys, which you did last night. But in general, you don't want to win a game.
Sure.
So we can enjoy last night for what it was. I'm not worried about Sunday in LA. I think we'll be back to normal Sunday in LA.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to take care of itself, right? Like, they can play as well as they want to, and some nights, like, it's just not going to matter. Like, they're going to face teams that are just crazy talented, more talented than them. But, they do. You guys mentioned they play Brooklyn twice still. I think, they have some games that definitely, especially towards the end of the season, as we've seen these teams kind of, turn identity from where they were at the first half of the year to now they're starting to join the tank race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kings, unfortunately, do play a good helping of those. In Indiana, I don't really know what to do with them, but yeah, Brooklyn twice. They have a couple teams, Portland at the end of the year. That's the last game of the year. It's definitely a little bit concerning, but I'm also at the point now where I'll take them playing well and just kind of deal with where they are in the standings when it comes to that, because, the lottery's so random, and being at 1, it's great. Obviously, you kind of save yourself from falling any further than 5, but at the end of the day, like the lottery odds are all even 1 through 4 anyway. And so there's not really an advantage to being 1 over 4 besides, again, the fact that you can't slip, but that's, as you maybe should in Sacramento, preparing for a doomsday scenario.
Well, according to Tankathon, all you ever get is freaking 5.
is it
with the
5
Sacramento.
I mean, it is the most likely.
Golly.
That's the thing. I mean, I keep saying this, and I feel I'm going to feel more dumb saying it on air in public to this mass. But the worst thing about being 1 is that you're not going to be happy with anything but 1.
Yeah.
Like you can really only be disappointed unless you end up at 1. If you're at 2, you stay at 2. You're like, hey man, we're at 2. You can obviously move up to 1. You move back to 3. You're like, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, you move all the way back. That's not great, but 1 just feels like you have at that point put it in your mind that we are going to have the best pick, and anything else you're just going to be disappointed
It's like
with.
false optimism, It's like we're trying to be optimists to be like the number one, but it's like, then we're really setting ourselves up.
And I think always too, it's cliche, but at the end of the day, like wanting them to just continually lose is just not the business. Like it's just not. At some point they have to win, and I think they've lost enough so far this year that I can stomach a couple wins. Like they have 14 wins right now, and I looked back before I came on here. Usually if you stay in the 21 and under range, you're more than likely going to be a top 3 pick. This year, again, with how teams have shifted, that number might change a little bit, especially in the East. But, they've got some wiggle room to play with. It's just, if they're going to go 9-12 over their last 21 games, like that still isn't above 500. That's obviously not where you want to be. But comparative to where you've been all year, that could end up putting you in like a 5, 6, 7 slot where that's maybe where we need to get concerned. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there at this point.
No, go.
I was just going to say, does Devin Carter deserve to I'm not going to say start every game moving forward.
Sure.
But at least play in every game moving forward, considering he took a backseat again recently when they signed these 2-way contracts. But when he's out there, he's doing what he's asked to do, and he's playing how they supposedly are asking their players to play.
The Devin Carter situation is super confusing. I would say yes to answer your question on its surface is that, like, I think the point of the rest of the season, like, what's the point of doing anything if you're not going to play Devin Carter? And at this point, you might as well start him. I just don't know what any of it would mean. Like, if he plays well, I guess they've already up to, like, they already have, or he's going to be on the roster next season, right? Like,
yes,
in terms of his contract,
his option.
Whether or not, of course, they move him in the offseason or not, still to be determined. But
it's the first year of his option. He's got one more year left too. But
I just don't know what he could do, I guess, to change anyone's mind either way. Like, it feels to me like Devin Carter's future is kind of they have already made their minds up about it. And, I think at this point, it makes me think that he's not in the future, but I don't know. To me, it feels like I just don't know what he can do to get in the good graces of this team, I guess, at this point. Like, I don't think next season they're going to, if he is going to be on the roster, I'd imagine he's going to be in the same exact situation that he was in to start this year. Now, that doesn't mean that injuries happen and he can't find his way into some minutes or something like that, but I just really, really struggle to see how, even just from like a business perspective of, like, at the end of the day, the agent is probably going to have a meeting with Scott Perry and say, like, what are we doing with my client? Like, I think at some point from a human element, it just needs to get figured out.
Sure.
And so I just can't see it. The solution being, all right, we'll just run it again next year and he'll be a free agent
the writing's
after that.
on the wall at this
That's
point,
how it feels to me, but that could be an oversimplification of things. Like, very much so, this could be a 21-game tryout for him. It definitely could be, but I just, even if he plays well, like, is he going to be the Kings' backup point guard next year? Is he, like, I just don't know how open Scott truly is to all future possibilities being open.
Yeah.
Where are you at? We've been talking a lot about Russell Westbrook today. The morning show talked about him a lot too. Where are you at with Russell Westbrook? Not necessarily the, I don't think, realistic buyout conversation, but the possibility of Russ being back next season, how you use Russ for the remainder of this season, assuming a thigh contusion is not going to hold him out long. I imagine he's going to be back very, very soon here. My argument is take exactly what you did last night in terms of that starting lineup, and that's your starting lineup for the rest of the season, and have a conversation with Russ. A lot easier said than done, by the way. Have a conversation with Russ and say, look, the way they played in Dallas is the way that we need this organization to, that's going in the right direction towards where we're trying to go. we think you can be a part of that, but in this bench role as a veteran leader in that sense. I don't know, one, how game Russ is for that, especially on a team like the Sacramento Kings, and two, I don't know if the Kings and Doug Christie is even comfortable or confident having that conversation at this point. But where are you at with just Russell Westbrook in at least the final 21 games of this year?
Yeah, it's definitely confusing for sure. I think that it's. I see why people say that it's detrimental for him, especially for the rest of this year, to be on the team. Like, I see the opening for minutes and everything. I just don't really think any of it matters. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to, again, like, oversimplify it, but I just think that this team is really bad. And if the argument is he's taking minutes from Devin Carter, absolutely. But, you know, it's not his fault that he's out. Sure. You know, I think, and I think Dwayne called in, or one of your callers called in, and you know, Dwayne, somebody directly was like, it's kind of Doug Christie's fault. And I do kind of agree with, like, it's Scott Perry, it's Doug Christie's fault. It's one of the, like, it's not Russell Westbrook's fault for being on the floor. It's Doug's fault for him being on the floor. It's Scott Perry's fault for him being on the roster. Like, Russell Westbrook, like you've said all show, Matt, he's not going to change his stripes. Not in season 19, not for the Sacramento Kings. So if he's going to be on your roster and he's going to get significant minutes, don't be mad at him for doing what he is there to do, what he's asked to do. You can ask him a little bit to play into the team system, but if you're going to start him, what do you expect him to do? Like, he's not going to go out there and just be passive and, you know, let his team get ran out by 30. I think at some point he's like, I'm trying to also not get embarrassed out here. And at some point, like, I have, like, the reason Russell Westbrook is here is he has an ego. And I wish Keegan Murray had some of the ego he has, because maybe he would say, I'm not letting none of y'all old people and these guys who aren't, like, I was the fourth pick in the draft. Like, it kind of looks like this is my, I don't know. I just think it's not Russell Westbrook's fault for being out there and being what Russ is. If anything, like, he's played wet, like, he shot threes at a really high clip. His turnovers are out of control, but that's, again, who he is. You look at his turnover percentage, I think it's actually less than it was last year. His assist percentage is higher than it was last year. So, you know, his defense is definitely worse than it was with the Nuggets, but he's playing much more minutes in a much different role. I just kind of feel like he's miscast. Like, he is starting way too many games. He should not be starting games. Like, he should be coming off the bench. He should be playing 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm sure a lot of people would feel a lot differently, regardless of whether they're winning or not. I think, to Matt's point, again, I think where the oversimplification comes in is Doug Christie has to have that conversation and say, Russ, it doesn't matter if we're 14 and 47 or for 47 and 14, you're playing, like, this is what your role is, if not let. And I think that's just, you know, that's kind of where the reality of the situation maybe meets a head, but we also don't know if Russ has had these conversations yet. Like, we don't know. Like, we can't, that's where, again, where we can't blame Russ, because we don't know if he's even been told these things, or if it's a matter of, Matt, I mean, this is almost podium gate all over again. De'Aaron Fox, remember, people got mad at De'Aaron Fox for not walking to the podium after that game. I don't even know if this was in your sphere. Kyle obviously knows what I'm talking about, because we're so
the Boston
brain
Celtics
dead with this
blowout,
stuff.
and Keon Ellis took the podium after that, and everybody was mad at De'Aaron Fox. You should be speaking, and Fox was like, they never asked me.
And so, again, like, I just don't know if Russell Westbrook has ever even been asked to take a step back. We saw DeMar take a step back last night.
I was just going to say. Like,
who knows if that's just
that was a conversation, or just DeMar being aware of the moment?
Yeah, understanding
like,
the
that's
moment.
what's hard to wrap your mind around.
No, we can't. We don't know where that line starts and when it stops. You know, we don't know if DeMar, just being a veteran in this league, read the situation and said, this is what it is. I see it clearly. Or if Doug and Scott Perry at the, you know, after the NBA All-Star break was like, this is what it is now. And if you fall out of line, like, you know, I will send you wherever I feel like sending you, instead of maybe working with you in the, like, you know, there's tons of different, I'm not saying he's holding him blackmail or whatever, but I'm more just saying that there's a lot of different possibilities.
Volunteers, not hostages.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely.
You want to stick around for Kyle's curveball?
I might as well. I was late. Sorry about traffic.
You're totally fine. It's Friday.
I got to eat some fried pickles in it.
You got a whole thing of them here, baby.
We will take the break. When we come back, it's time for Kyle's curveball plus the Drive Guys, Brendan Nunez's favorite show, apparently. They're coming up next here on Sactown Sports.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
High Voltage Live Boxing returns to the venue on March 7th as Uppercut Promotions presents 6 of Northern California's top fighters. Thunder Showdown March 7th at the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets at Ticketmaster. Fight card subject to change.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get ready, Sacramento. The Sacramento Boat Show and Big RV Show is taking over Cal Expo, March 5th through March 8th. It's 2 huge shows, one massive event. Don't miss it. Get details now at twohugeshows.com.
It's Friday afternoon, which means it's time to get crazy. It's Kyle's Curveball on Matt and Kayla.
It is time for Kyle's Curveball. What is the segment? We don't know.
We have no clue.
And now Chris has to suffer through it with us.
I did just try and figure out. Right before we started, I was like, "What? So wait, what do we? What did I just sign up for?" And they're like,
did I sign up
"You don't
for?
know.
You just got to find out."
Last week we
all right.
played the Kings version of the Traders.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay,
and we lost.
Okay.
So where is Kyle going to take us
won,
today?
You guys didn't.
Oh yeah, we lost badly.
lose.
It's because it was Neek. Neek was the trader that snuck past us.
Yeah, we've done trivia games and quiz shows and stuff like that. They just
What are
had
we
me
doing
come
today?
up with something.
That's what I'm
It's
doing.
I'm
basically
excited.
just Friday Fun and Games, but rebranded something different.
Yeah.
If that helps.
Kyle's
Yeah.
version.
No. What are we doing today?
That was up to me. So
What are we doing today?
what are we doing? Anyways, who's on first? Speaking of who's on first, baseball. I think it was Wednesday's show where Matt and Kayla were like, "Oh, nobody cares about the World Baseball Classic. Nobody wants to watch it." Blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
I mean,
that's
we
not what
didn't
I
say
said.
it because we didn't like baseball.
No,
We just said
but-
it wasn't advertised well
Said,
and
"Are
that
people
people
going
weren't
to
really
watch it?"
aware of it right now.
No, yeah, you are correct, but that's why I thought to myself, you know what? Let's try and change that a little bit. Let's get you guys excited about the World Baseball
Really?
Classic somehow, some way.
Okay.
First of all, before we get into our game, you know how we talked about there are no athletics playing for Team USA except for Mason Miller. There are plenty of Sacramento athletics, though, who are going to be at the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
So I thought, let's just get you guys introduced to some of the athletics who are the Sacramento athletics, who are going to be at the World Baseball Classic. You guys know Denzel Clark?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Star center fielder, makes a lot of cool catches.
Yep.
Star.
Yeah. I mean, he made the catch of the year last year.
It was pretty sick.
Where
Yeah.
are we going with this?
He's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
playing for Team Canada.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Not going to make you guys guess this one. I'm just going to tell you. Denzel Clark's playing for Team Canada. You know Luis Severino? Star pitcher for the
DR?
A's? Huh? Yeah, you got it right. He's playing for the Dominican Republic team this year. We used to have a looping gif of him falling off the mound So I don't have that video anymore, but it was funny when we used to be able to put that up. But yeah, Luis Severino is going to be playing for the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
You guys know.
Is this not a game?
There's a game after this.
I know. I was like wondering too.
I'm like, this feels like a TED Talk.
No.
Okay,
look,
gotcha. No. I just thought I was supposed to be. Okay, gotcha.
There's a game
Sorry.
next.
Gotcha.
I'm saying. What, Matt?
Matt's dead.
Sorry, that was funny.
No, this one's not a game. There's a game afterwards, but the game's not going to last the whole segment.
Okay, gotcha. Understood.
Taking you behind the curtain. The
Understood.
The game won't last. So I'm explaining. You guys know who Elvis Alvarado is? He's not Mason Miller, but he's the closer for your Sacramento Athletics this year. He's also going to be playing for the Dominican Republic team. Okay. How exciting.
They are stacked.
Guys know Carlos Cortez? He's on the A's. He's going to be playing for Team Puerto Rico at the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
And then Daryl Hernandez, middle infielder for your Athletics of Sacramento. He's also going to be playing for Team Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh.
And then, as we mentioned, Mason Miller, he's going to be on Team USA.
Or U.S., sorry.
Yes, former Mason Miller. Also, Luis Arias, he was on the team last year. He's playing for Mexico. Good for him.
Okay.
Our game for today is you guys are going to tell me whether this country is or is not participating in the World Baseball Classic for this year. I have a list of 10 countries. You guys are going to have to guess whether or not this is a team participating at the World Baseball Classic or not.
I think I know all of this because I just looked at the bracket recently.
This guy. Well, we'll see.
We'll see how much Matt George remembers this.
Okay.
Some of them are fun. Some of them are wacky. We'll see if we get them. First country on our game today is going to be Great Britain. Is there going to be a Great Britain team at the World Baseball Classic?
Yes.
How do we want to do this?
I know. I feel
yeah,
like
if Matt's going to know it,
sorry. Okay,
Matt goes last.
Sorry, I'll go last.
We'll see if Matt does go 10 for 10.
Well, we already know we saw him, so he's going to win.
Well, that's why Matt.
But I didn't look at him today, but I looked at the bracket earlier this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say because I believe Jazz Chisholm is playing for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are correct. Great Britain is fielding a team. How are they fielding a team? Colonialism. They get the former British colonies.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
they got to field some team,
which is how Jazz Chisholm is playing for
Team Britain.
Team
very political today.
Yeah, so because the Bahamas is not fielding a team at the World Baseball Classic, Jazz Chisholm is allowed to play for Team Great Britain because the Bahamas was once a British colony.
Wow.
Oh,
don't know how we're allowing that, but I guess so.
Okay.
So yes, there is a Great Britain team. They got made fun of the last time they were at the World Baseball Classic because they're awful jerseys. If you ever want, Google that one. Next up, how about Team France? Is France?
No.
France putting forth a team at the World Baseball Classic.
It doesn't, obviously it's big enough. It doesn't feel like I've heard anything about I'm going to say no. I can't think of a single French baseball player.
French Canadian, but that's Canadians.
That's true too, yeah.
Matt, what do you think?
The answer is no.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a no.
You guys are correct.
Yeah.
There will be no French team at the World Baseball
surprising.
Classic.
What position would Wemby play? First base?
Ooh, outfield.
Oh, he's a pitcher. He's long.
Yeah, it's like you got a Randy Johnson situation there.
Either a pitcher or a center. Just with
the O'Neal, Ellie De La Cruz type build, put him in at short maybe. Just
wow.
Oh, dude, he
vacuum up everything. You put him at first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do the splits,
come on, he can. He's flexible.
He's halfway to second base.
I think he can
Kylian
play
Mbappe can play somewhere. I don't
catcher
know.
might be hard to get that low.
Yeah.
And stay that low.
Yeah, no, there's no way he's a catcher.
Tony Parker's more of a center. Catcher.
Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony Parker. TP. We know him as TP.
All right. Kayla knows him.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Tony Parker thoughts, but
I have a lot of Tony Parker stories.
We'll keep those holstered for now.
I don't think Chris got to see the pictures of TP and I.
She's partied with him before.
When we saw him way back in the day in Vegas.
Tony in his wild days.
Tony right after he broke up with Eva.
Yeah, did he break up with Eva?
No,
or
broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a situation.
Broke up is a term.
Certainly a situation.
He was actually pretty decent though. Didn't do anything weird. I forced him to
That's
take
great
shots.
To hear.
But that was about all.
Glad Tony Parker.
I am honestly really glad to hear that because I heard he is just not a chill guy at all.
Honestly, Chris, that's why I was shocked. I was like, "That's Tony Parker," and I'm like, "Take shots now.
Wow.
You're boring."
Wow.
Tony Parker.
Again, I've got a lot of Tony Parker
water.
thoughts. I'm going to keep them
Really
holstered.
funny.
I'm going to keep them holstered.
All right, what's the next country, please?
Okay, how about Italy? Italy. Are we putting an
Oh, yeah,
Italian
they got a team for sure. They got a team. They got a squad. Not only a team, they got a squad and a half.
Kayla, do you trust him?
This is literally... never mind, I'll say it after I'm done.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
This is only because the...
No, because I'm sorry. You said Italy, and Kayla goes... And looks right at looks right at me like help.
Answer? Wow.
She looked at me like help.
Jeez. Don't the Royals got that first baseman, Vinny?
Pasquantino.
Yeah. He's either from New York or he's from Italy. Or he's probably, he's clearly got Italian roots.
Yeah, Vinny Pasquantino. I'm sure none of these people are actually from Italy, but they're Italian roots. Yes, Italy's fielding a team with Aaron Nola, apparently, who I thought played for the U.S. last time, so I don't know how this
They're going back and forth.
If you don't make the USA team, just go somewhere else.
This is very much a thing. Nolan Arenado's playing for, I think, Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Very confusing. Next up on our list, how about Spain? Is España putting together a team in the World Baseball Classic?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
No, they are not.
I'm say no.
Well, you guys are correct.
All right.
Yes.
That's tricky, though.
They did field the team in 2013, though.
Okay.
I'm
Next
trying to
up-
just figure out how baseball reaches these certain places, but then doesn't.
Well,
it's crazy.
What's interesting is, so the pool play, there's 4 different locations where each pool is playing at. 2 are in the United States. One is in... What?
Awesome.
You know.
Okay.
USA, man.
One is in
Hyped up on
Japan.
Olympics.
And the last one, I don't remember where it is.
Wait, what?
Japan has a pool,
like-
pool group. Yep.
What kind of backward
One is in
World
Florida.
They all
Cup
fly
in
to Miami.
Canada, Miami? What
One's
is
in
happening?
Florida. One's in Arizona?
Of course.
Houston, Texas.
Why not?
That's interesting.
The other one's in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh. So they're all over the place.
Well, then they all go to America after the
Yeah,
pool.
America's where the
It's like-
final is.
Very confusing. Anyways, how about the
a lot of
Netherlands?
travel.
Is the Netherlands fielding
the
a team?
dude? Yeah, for sure.
100% Didi Gregorius was from the
Didi.
Netherlands. Didi.
Was he
I know
from the
that for
Netherlands
sure.
or a colony?
He was born in the Netherlands. Or what?
I don't know.
That's what he has on
They
his
got a
born.
team, though. They got a team.
Yeah,
yes,
they got
they
a
do
team.
have a team. Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't get the answer, but yes, they do.
Again, colonialism, they get Curacao. So
Well,
Xander
that's
Bogaerts,
why. That's why.
Profar, Jerkson Profar, and his brother.
Yeah. Didi's from
Jurix
Curacao.
on.
That's
All right.
why.
Next up in our game, we have, how about Brazil? Is Brazil
Oh.
putting together a team?
Wow.
Are you okay?
The music is like...
Let's see here. Brazil? Probably not. I'd say no.
No.
Feels like all these big soccer countries, for some reason, just one or the other. Soccer.
trying
Look at
to
Matt
remember.
trying to act like he doesn't
No,
know.
I'm genuinely trying to remember. I don't think so. I'm going to say no.
I feel like I would have seen their jerseys
I
and they
know.
would have been sick.
Yeah.
So I'll say no.
I don't think
Well,
It would have been like all yellow.
streak is over, guys.
No way.
Wow.
Not
Are
only
you
is
serious?
Brazil fielding a team for the World Baseball Classic, they're the U.S.'s first opponent
Really?
in the
Dang.
World Baseball Classic.
Trash.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably good. I didn't see any U.S. players on that Brazil team, so I don't know.
Interesting.
Then who's playing for them?
It's a
Do we
great
know any of
question.
those
I didn't
guys?
notice any of the names.
Neymar.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Neymar, yeah.
Not playing from what I understand.
Playing baseball too.
All right, next up on our game, how about Costa Rica? Is there a Costa Rican team at the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And guess what? There is no Costa Rican
I'm
team.
sorry. Are you serious?
No,
Really?
Costa Rica
That's
does
actually
not have a
surprising.
team at the World Baseball Classic,
Huh.
unfortunately for them.
Wow.
So we're what, 4 for 6 so far?
Something like that.
We were on a roll.
Yeah,
they
or
let
5 for
Brazil through,
7,
though.
something like that. I think I have 3 more here. Next up, how about the Czech Republic? Czech
Oh.
Republic have a team at the World Baseball Classic.
No.
I mean, just because I got the last couple wrong, I'm going to say yeah. It feels like they don't. I can't think of a single Czech
I believe they do. I'm pretty sure.
as you're looking at
Hey,
a
no,
laptop.
I'm
like, what
genuinely,
is
I'm
that?
genuinely not
I'm
looking
just-
it up.
It's like, I really believe.
I believe that they do,
That was established in 2016.
and I feel like because I feel like they're playing in the pool that's playing in Japan. So I'm pretty
Oh.
sure that's.
Survey says.
He's definitely looking at
Matt
it.
George is correct.
I'm not looking it up because I remember. I
Dude.
vividly remember thinking
Shenanigans.
Why are they there?
Shenanigans.
But all right, I mean,
Nah,
also
dude,
I'm looking at you.
Dude, that says, does Czech Republic have a team? .ChatGPT. That's crazy.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
That is hilarious.
That's crazy, dude.
They have
Cheating
also
on his own
no.
shit.
Game's the game.
This one I did look up. They have no minor league or major league MLB players on their team,
Wow.
so I don't know
Congrats.
who's going from
Underdogs.
The Czech
That is so weird.
Republic. Two more here. How about China? China putting a team in the World Baseball Classic.
Japan?
Got enough people.
2 billion people. Can they find 25 baseball players?
I don't think so.
Kayla's going no. Chris?
I'm going to also say no.
No.
3
I feel like,
no's.
again, we probably would have heard about it.
You guys are correct.
That's pretty crazy.
China did put a team together in 2017. Taiwan is going, though. Not China, though.
Okay.
Huh.
Last one we have on here.
I'll keep it holstered. Never mind. Nah, just keep it going.
Very political show today, you know?
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
Last one we have is Nicaragua.
Ah.
Does Nicaragua have a team at the World Baseball Classic?
Nicaragua. Yeah.
You're
Love
going
it.
yes, Chris?
Yeah, and they got teal blue jerseys, just like your shirt. It's great.
Kayla?
No.
Kayla's going no. Matt?
God, I don't remember.
That's the game.
I'm gonna go yes. Yes. they
2
are.
yeses and a no. No one was perfect anyways, but we don't need to be. This is a fun fact. Not only does Nicaragua have a team at the World Baseball Classic, it's being managed by Dusty Baker.
Oh, wow.
Sacramento's own.
That's cool.
Yeah. Dusty Baker is managing the Nicaraguan team at the World Baseball Classic.
at
There's
Chris.
also 2 random white guys on the team. It's very strange.
Wow. Matt, thoughts?
Hey, look at the time. It is. Yes, it is. Time to break. Hey, Chris, thanks for coming in.
Are you
thanks
sure?
for. I don't know.
All right.
Thanks for being
Kayla,
part
always
of
a pleasure.
Kyle's Curveball.
Oh,
Thanks for joining us here on this
slurve.
Friday. Coming up next, it is The Drive, guys. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles join us to wrap up the week right here on Sactown Sports.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our Timeshare Exit Kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how Timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free Exit Info Kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Co-hosts of the wildly popular Bad Friends podcast, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Wow, I can't even believe that this is real right now.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like this is a scam. It's going to explode on you.
No.
Live Saturday, March 14th, the venue at Thunder Valley.
Do you know what the 3 colors on the Irish flag stand for?
What?
The hair, the skin, the soul.
Oh, is that what liquor does to your soul?
Yeah, turns you green.
Buy tickets now. Visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Oh, this is like...
That's top notch.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mami, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6A to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit revivemen'shealth.com.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh. There was a moment of panic.
What? What happened?
Whitey unplugged my headphones.
Oh.
So it's Matt and Kayla on set. That's all I hear. I'm like, well, it's over.
It's like how I started the show. It ended.
Yeah.
Way.
Kayla decided.
Oh, sorry. Is there a chair in your way with my beautiful big bag?
It's fine.
Let me move it for you, sir.
It's fine.
There you go, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You scared of me?
No, I'm just sitting.
I looked a little. You look a little frightened there.
I'm just sitting.
Alan, what is your opinion on Jacksonville, Florida?
Oh, we're not starting this again.
Never been.
He's never been, so he can't say.
But
so you can't say it's garbage.
Kayla,
it's
what?
Garbage.
Yeah.
I've heard it doesn't smell good.
Disgusting.
I've honestly heard that.
Should not have.
I think what is it? Jacksonville University. I think they're kind of a low-key D1.
That's in Alabama.
Yeah, buddy.
Do they deserve?
Jacksonville State is in Alabama.
No, I'm not talking about them. I think the Jacksonville I'm talking about, I think they're green, like the Jaguars.
Let me look.
I could be making that up.
Does Jacksonville deserve a baseball team more than old Sacramento?
No.
Definitely.
No.
Hmm.
No.
See?
No. That's a completely... And number one, I don't know. I know Florida's huge, but they have a couple baseball teams.
Yeah.
That was the whole crux of the argument.
And they're not good.
They're not good. But they've been to a World Series more recently than the Gigantes.
That is true.
Gigante.
They didn't win, but they went.
By the way, Matt, I just, Alan, my buddy, he gets banged around sometimes. I do a lot of the banging myself here, banging him around. So I just want to give him credit because I know Kyle remembers this. Months ago, we were talking about the draft, and Alan Stiles said, "Oh, my guy, Grant Nelson. Watch out for Grant Nelson."
Nice.
He didn't get drafted, so we kind of, good pick, Alan. The Brooklyn Nets are signing Grant Nelson to a 10-day contract.
Wow.
General Manager of the Year right there, Alan Stiles.
Way to go.
Does he know talent or what?
Should have been Sacramento. Oh, yeah. But we'll take Brooklyn.
How's PBJ doing for you?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's just not a great situation.
The jelly's not right.
I don't really like him in this environment. They got to run more action for him. That's what I'm seeing. He just doesn't really know what to do out there.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, he does not look comfortable. Like, Killian Hayes looks comfortable, but just not very good.
Yeah.
PBJ, the Kings have never seen somebody under 23 and over 6'9", so they don't really know what to do.
True.
They've never seen. I think they're all just in awe
Like
that a
an
player
alien.
like that exists. Yeah, it's like a unicorn.
I know that you scout,
Yes.
and you broadcast, and you've got sources. You know the game inside and out. Are you familiar with the term traffic cone?
I've watched Kings basketball, so I am. Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
Good.
Yeah, but hard to really take anything away from it. He just doesn't look comfortable. Last night, I think other guys are starting to feel more comfortable. Shout out Daquan Plowden and our guy Kevin Dana. So, yeah, PBJ, I don't really know what they expected to see from him. I'd like to see him in Stockton and, just at least get used to the California air and see what he can do after that.
That's it.
That's right.
He was drafted by the Warriors.
That's a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
Where's he from, though, is a real question.
He was from Milwaukee, I believe.
Oh, then yeah.
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 So, cup of coffee.
So he's not playing well because of the California air when every game he's played has been outside of California?
No. I'm saying I can't tell that he's playing well or not playing well. It's an incomplete to me because he just does not.
Can.
It just does not look comfortable.
I have a great question, but I don't think we have time to answer it. But if anybody has an answer off the top of your head, I'd love to hear it. So you got PBJ, right, on the Kings. What is the sandwich equivalent for other members of the Kings?
Ooh, I love
And
this
I don't
one.
have an answer, but it's something I thought about.
Just as a whole or each king?
Each king.
Ooh.
Well, Sabonis has got to be a BMT, just a lot of meat.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What just happened?
This is a tricky one because you might like it, you might not, but maybe then that goes to who the player we're describing. Like an egg salad sandwich, you might like him. Westbrook. You might really like him.
Where you're going.
You might really not.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's.
Who's our BLT?
I would say
Malik.
Nah. Malik
Malik's
is
like a
just
grilled cheese.
everybody kind of likes. Yeah, I think that's right
Yeah.
because everybody likes Malik.
Uh-huh.
BLT, some people I don't eat pork.
Right. Or
You
the
know.
lettuce.
Yeah, no lettuce.
Yeah.
Just give me bacon and bread.
And
I'm
tomato.
sorry.
How about
I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if we got any answers to that, Matt. I
for
defer to you.
Maxime, Italian.
He's French.
Shoot, that's what I meant.
Yeah, so like a
baguette,
French dip.
Baguette.
He's just the bread.
Just bread. Just
You
a
gotta be
crispy.
careful with that, Kayla.
A French dip.
A baguette with mayonnaise.
He's in his
Yeah.
baguette.
He's in his
That's
baguette.
why I tweeted
French
once,
dip.
and his dad
I know,
liked
responded.
it. So yeah,
I think French dip is perfect.
Yeah.
This is the perfect show. Maxime Reynaud's dad liked his tweet. Keegan Murray's dad is your best friend.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
if
right.
you want coverage of King's dads,
This
the
is
Drive
the
guys
place.
have got you covered.
That's right. Yeah. Can't always share
Hey,
the
the dads
conversations.
themselves.
And I would not.
Patrick
Look at that.
Baldwin Sr.
Yeah, we've had conversations surrounding
Yeah.
Patrick Baldwin Jr.'s upbringing.
California air.
That's right.
Well, his dad's a coach, right? Isn't that
Yeah, that's
why
right.
he's
That's why he didn't go.
college
I mean, he
there,
was
he
Mr.
played for his
Basketball,
dad.
I believe,
Yeah.
out there in Milwaukee.
What's like a bite-sized sandwich we could use for one of?
For which player?
I'm not gonna say.
Like a slider?
Yep.
You're saying like a finger
Yeah,
food
slider.
slider?
But there's also different sliders.
Who are we talking about?
I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Yeah, which shorty are you talking about? Allen?
We talked
Are you
a
talking
lot
about
about him
Allen?
on the show. No, he's a basketball player. We've talked
I mean,
a lot
you've seen
about
Allen's
him on the
jump
show.
shot. I mean,
how small he is?
Well, I
If
mean,
you haven't,
compared
he'll
to
show
the rest
ya.
of the guys on the team.
Why am I drawing a blank?
are you talking about Devin Carter?
Oh.
Devin Carter, I've stood next to him in airport. That's
I'm
6'3"
not
and a half.
talking about it like that, Kyle. I'm talking about it compared to the other guys.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
But filling, though.
Oh, okay. Meatball slider.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a
Buff
roll.
chick.
But you don't want to eat it outside.
So now you've just insulted Devin Carter two different ways.
This is actually funny thinking about it.
Any other ideas you got, Whitey?
No, that's all I had.
Now's
for
the
now.
time.
Now is the
Other
time.
than this, there was a guy at the combine that set some kind of record for the vertical, and his name is Styles. And I thought
Sonny.
maybe they're related, but I saw that the guy was 6'5", and I said, no, they're not.
Well, it was a Y. That was the actual tell.
I think he's short.
Not that. It was that he's STY and I'm STI.
Replace the
Big
Y
difference.
with the I.
That's what I
That's
meant.
right.
Uh-huh.
And everyone knows that Styles, just like Julia.
Right.
We're
That's my
one of a
mistake.
kind.
That's my
right.
mistake.
That's right. Oh, yeah, because Styles Julia was STILEs.
STI.
Yeah.
That's right. Get it right.
I see where you're going with that one, though.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's very athletic.
No, and you could have a vert jump very similar to his.
By the way, Keegan Murray's just a plain ham sandwich, right?
Oh.
Or turkey. Yeah. Sure.
Turkey works.
Or just like bread.
I thought that was Max. He said baguette.
French dip.
French
dip.
All right.
Now
Zach
I'm on a
LaVine
roll.
is too much bread.
Zach LaVine is
That's a lot of bread.
A piece of moldy cheese.
Jesus, Kayla.
I'm joking.
Are you?
We're having fun here.
No, we're having a great time. Whitey, we should have done this earlier.
Alex.
Yeah, that's
we're having so much fun.
It's just been a great end of the show.
Let me tell you. Hey, see you later.
Peace.
You know,
Friday night, and I feel all right. The party's here on the west side.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800